Yeah. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address, and now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Hey, guys. Hey, Deb, look who it is.
Hey, Sleepy.
Hey, who this? Forever young.
He looks refreshed. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully in June we'll find out some answers to that one for sure for Nicola. Hey, Mama T. Hey, everyone. Miracle Hearts. Again, Fibro Critter's birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday for tomorrow, which is close. In some places it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Right.
She comes in and it's already like time for a snack, eh?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, who dis? We have a snack right here for you. Her name's Deb.
Yeah.
Who this is my girl?
On there. I don't really see her too much unless who does see you hiding in the lives and I just don't really see you. Is that what's going on? Hey, Jess. How are you? Hey, everyone. You're welcome, Fibro. Yeah. So tonight we'll be talking about, obviously Tony Kline, Kegan Klein, Delphi a bit. We're talking about the Idaho. We'll be talking about Nicola Bulley case and about those four Americans that went over to Mexico, and two of them returned, and the other two were,
unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. So yeah, very, very, very sad. Well, you know what we're gonna do here. You guys know that Deb used to be on It's a Crime and Shame here. Most of you guys that are in here would know that. And if you guys don't, then Deb used to be with us on It's a Crime and Shame. And Deb has her channel, which she can drop her link for in the chat here. Okay. So if you're not subscribed to Deb's channel, Deb's True Crime Notebook, she'll drop that link in a second. Or do you need me to drop it, Deb?
Yeah, I think I need you to drop it. For some reason, I can't pull it from my laptop.
Okay. I'll do that.
Sorry.
No. It's all good. I was on it anyway. So I think we're going to start off just to support Deb. She did a 2-minute video. There's no sound, but there's words to it. So to support Deb's channel, we're going to show Deb's clipping of the Tony Kline thing, and then we'll play the video for it as well. On there. Okay, you guys? Yeah. So let me go over there. Share screen. Okay. So This is Deb's channel here. It's Deb's True Crime Notebook, you guys. And again, so I'm going to go down here and we're just going to watch this one in a second. Make it bigger. And that way you guys should be able to visual. We'll take ourselves off screen as I do it, so that way you can see it up close and dandy. All right, so let's start off with this. Okay, thank you, Deb. Mustang, or where'd Mustang go? Mustangy, talking about.
Oh, you did not.
When I left the dentist today, I was like, up to the store I go.
Adam is dying.
I'm gonna go downstairs and get my parents' air fryer.
Yeah. $249 here for those.
And you're sending those to Adam, right?
No, those are going to end up in my mouth. One day I'm going to send a box of these chips to Adam.
She's gonna send me the bag after she's done. Let's be honest.
Right. I'll leave a couple crumns in the end, because the smaller the parcel, the better, right?
It'll be rolled up into a little square and put in an envelope.
Even a small parcel that goes to the States costs
Just
like
leave one chip in there.
Yeah, right. I have literally opened bags of chips where there was one chip in it.
What?
Yeah. I've literally, you know how, just like I've had a pop that was sealed with no pop in it. You know how they just somehow it gets missed in the line or something like that?
It is.
Yeah. And I send an open bag so that they are stale.
Well,
What Adam needs to do is he needs to go up across the border. Deb, you guys don't need to go on a little road trip or whatever. Pick up Adam from North Carolina. Yeah. And
you know, I always think of who dis when I think of a stale open bag.
Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
She's gonna get you. I can't wait to see the big chat.
Wait, where's Lisa been?
I don't know. Where is my Lisa?
I don't even know.
Speaking of things that are salty,
Maybe she's on vacation.
Like, I don't even, it just dawned on me now because I was like, after that sarcasm, I was like, wait a second, where's Lisa? We're usually used to her sarcasm in here.
I Sonny, I don't know why you were flirting with Austin so much that he left.
Is that what happened?
Well, what happened to Austin?
Hey, where's Austin? Yeah, well, we seen him yesterday. I seen him yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Are they going to other channels, Deb? Is that what's happening?
They better not be, unless it's mine or Aspen's.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
okay, I have. In watching the video, it said that in the story. It said that there are 19 witnesses being called. I'm just dying to know who else that we don't know about. I mean, obviously, Tony Klein's one of them, or Jerry, as they refer to him.
So 19. Well,
Well,
some of them would have to be the girls, yeah?
Yeah. So if there are how many witnesses were there at the trails? The 3 girls that were together.
Yeah, but that's to do with Delphi, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, see how I've been so far out of it.
well,
No, Deb. I'm going to tell you this.
It's all in my mind.
I was thinking the same thing, and then before I blurted it out, I was like, no, but wait, that's Delphi. But then you
all
blurted
right,
it out.
let me backpedal.
well,
Okay, obviously the girls that he catfished, but could it also be people who have been arrested? Could it also be people who have been arrested that were connected to that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dropbox.
Well, and yes, and we can speculate a little bit. I mean, I think it would be fair to speculate that Allie might be a witness.
Mm-hmm.
Allie Conklin, yeah.
And for those who don't know who Allie is, that's Kegan's ex-girlfriend that he lived with for a while.
Yeah.
We could easily have Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk could easily be a witness. He's never responded when I've asked him, but
yeah.
I don't think it would be unforeseen.
It would
And
definitely.
for people who don't know, Dirk Hayes was a roommate of his and his former neighbor. He's the guy that he went off to Las Vegas with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I cannot see why they would not call him. It seems like it would be essential.
You both know there's only one witness that I care about seeing. KB.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know that initial, right, Deb?
What did he say?
KB.
KB.
K as in cuckoo. Cracker. No, that's not even this. That's a C.
Why am I not connecting that?
Hey.
Sleepover.
Over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Talk about main person.
Hey guys, his grandparents. Well, his grandpa passed away.
Yeah.
What about his cousin? Trexler.
Travis Trexler.
Mm-hmm.
Trexler. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, when is his thing coming up again? In June, right?
Keegan's?
Yeah.
May, I believe.
May.
Oh,
Richard
right.
Allen is
May.
in June.
May.
Yeah, Richard Allen and Brent Kopacka are both in June, but
I know.
Keegan's is in May.
It's kind of getting twisted in my head there.
I know. They're so tied in with all the information.
Oh,
so it would have to definitely be Travis Trexler would have to be in there because that's the location he was at.
Right.
When they thought he was at his grandparents.
Well,
Country Club Road.
Country Club
Or
Road.
that he says he was at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Over there on Paw Pike.
Just in chat here again.
Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just to check where everyone's at again. 1, if Kegan Klein's involved with Delphi. 2, if you don't think he is, and 3, if you're just unsure on this one. I'm gonna still go with 1. For me. Mm-hmm. Hey Daisy. Hey 100 people. We're just hanging around talking. The good old crowd. Amigos, 3 amigos.
Mm-hmm.
3 unsure. More ones than anything. Sees through things too. Not connected. This one I'm still not willing to waver on unless someone says, like they officially say that it's not connected. Hi, VBS. How are you? To Richard Allen was it going well on there? Uh, Anybody get their daily evening drawings? That just popped up on my Fox 59. Is the list for the defense or prosecution? So
That's for the prosecution, I
Prosecute.
believe.
prosecution, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if February 13th his name will come up, and I don't think so. Do you guys think so?
Well,
Hold on. Wouldn't it have to?
Well, I'll be interested to see if the defense makes a motion. You know, kind of like the Alex Murdoch thing, how they tried to keep the financial stuff out, so they couldn't talk about it at all. But then the state got it in. I wonder if the defense will try to keep all of the Delphi stuff out of the trial,
Yeah.
as to not influence the jury into thinking he has something to do with that, because he hasn't been charged with anything with Delphi.
Right.
You know, they have some, you know, they have a reason that they could say, you know, that they shouldn't be allowed to talk about it at all.
Hi, Freckle Joy. Thanks, VBS. Thanks, Daisy. Deb, every now and again, you know, we just have a random person come join us, and there's this troll named Deb. Yeah.
Yeah. I got bored with trolling, so I just had to
I know.
join
Right?
It's the original throuple.
Yeah. He seems like he has some sort of guilty knowledge and overlap in the case. Yeah, you know, Lacey, to keep it a little bit simple, is that basically it's two girls on February 13th, you know, go to the bridge. And of course, their dad goes to go pick them up, and they're nowhere to be found. A search happens that night, but it's getting dark already. So they call it off around 12 o'clock at night, but yet people are still searching past that time, like Mike Patty and stuff like that, till about 2:30 in the morning. Then they reconvene at about 10 o'clock, I believe it was, in the morning. Even though I don't know why it was that late, but that's what time I think that they were all supposed to kind of meet up and, you know, set people off on their different areas. The girls were found at 12:17 or 15, I think 17, on February 14th on Ron Logan's land. So the thing has been, Lacey, that there was this video, right, of the bridge, of this guy on the bridge. And at first they deemed it as they were just wanting to talk to him, but then nobody came forward. Then they announced that he was the bridge guy, like that he had something to do, you know, with the girls unaliving. And they have, you know, some audio, some video from Libby's phone. And that's, of course, where that came from. And so really, it's just become that in the last 6 years, everyone's been trying to figure out who this bridge guy is. There's a video, you see him, but yet nobody can seem to say who it was. And even after all this time in this, these people that have like a page of, you know, 90, at least 90 people of POIs over the years, still nobody could identify this bridge guy. And, you know, the case has just been a bunch of speculation with some press conferences, some double talking, a lot of confusion, two different sketches. So it's been a very confusing case for that reason, because they came up with that old person sketch that looked about 45 to 55 area, somewhere in there. Then they went back to this younger looking sketch, which they deemed it, on one site it was, on one of the government sites it was 18 to 30, on another one it was 18 to 40. They've done a lot of double talking and press conferences. But so then what happened was in 2021, this name Kegan Klein comes into the picture. And the reason, well, I mean, there was a lot of mess ups along the way. So Kegan Klein is one of the last known people to be associating or contacting Libby's phone. Now, because of Kegan Klein's phone, this led into the biggest Indiana CSAM ring as well. So it's kind of like two cases that are kind of running parallel to each other. And so so how that came about was that there was this supposed ski mask incident that happened a week after by one of the girls at the sleepover party. And so this girl gave her address to the person, whoever was communicating from the Anthony Shots account. And so because of this person that was with a ski mask that was looking in through the windows or whatever, but because of that incident, that's what led to the Anthony Shots, which is a fake account, right? It was a gorgeous looking officer, police officer out of Alaska. And so it led to basically this entire CSAM into the Anthony Shots account. So because he was one of the last people that talked to Libby's phone, because he had, it always sticks in my head, and I said this yesterday. Oh, you mean the annoying one? When he said that. Oh, you mean the annoying one? When he kept saying that, no, I never talked to her. No. And then he goes, oh, you mean the annoying one? He's like, no, I was talking to the friend or something like that. But anyways, so at the end of the day, it's just been a whole lot of mishmash in between. But if you kind of take the basics of what's happened in this case, it's a matter of that we hadn't seen no connection between Kegan Klein to actual Delphi, or at least charges anyway. And then all of a sudden, poof, this guy named Richard Allen is getting arrested. And Richard Allen had said back in 2017 that he was at the bridge wearing the same type clothes, etc., etc. So who knows what happened there? Who knows what flubber happened there? So here we have Richard Allen that sits in jail for the unaliving of the girls, or being charged with unaliving. And yet prosecutors are still saying that they believe that there's possibly more people involved, and Doug Carter's talked about tentacles, and so that's really the gist of it. Is there anything else really to add to that? Like, that's kind of like the straight
that's pretty good explanation of what's been going on.
Sunny, could you just give a rundown of the 700 people that have been named as suspects?
Yeah, right. I know. Oh, so many, including my own. My own never really got added to the list, though. These people had a list way before I ever came along, with just like tons of names on it. Tons of names.
If you were male, and then there were a couple that weren't even male that got accused. But if you were male and you ever wore a blue jacket in the area, you were blamed.
Libby's own grandfather, Mike Patty, had to actually, give his DNA because he was even accused.
He was turned in.
Was Doug Carter accused at one point?
Doug Carter, yeah.
I know
Several
Julie.
of them.
I know Julie. Julie Melvin, her husband was.
Really?
Yeah. David Erskine was, I believe.
Yeah.
What happened, Lacey and Jesse, is that they were so focused on Ron Logan. See, because the girls were found on Ron Logan's land, which was, just off of that Monon High Trail Bridge. So because Ron Logan lied about his whereabouts during the time, pretty much, when the girls were, unalived. And so he lied and said that he went to a fish store. Now, Ron Logan, and who has passed away now, he passed away last year. But so Ron Logan lied and said he was at the fish store. Now, Ron Logan wasn't allowed to be driving. That man has so many alcoholic, write-ups or whatever you want to call them, charges against him. So he went to the transfer station, which Fig Solves had put out a video about a week and a half or so ago with that. And so he had went to the transfer station, but that's not where he lied. Where he lied was when he said that he, went to this fish store that his brother, or whatever, brother or something, brother-in-law picked him up, took him to the fish store, but that was a lie. He got his brother-in-law to lie for him. So when the police talked to the brother-in-law, I think it's the brother-in-law, he said, no, that's not true, that Ron Logan had asked him to lie, and he did originally lie. So that caused them to look at Ron Logan. So there's a lot of people to this day that still believe that Ron Logan has involvement. And so this case has taken so many twists and turns. So because they were so focused on Ron Logan, like I said, they interviewed Richard Allen back in 2017, right? The only man that's at the bridge, and somehow this gets lost in the mix, that Richard Allen, who's wearing the same clothes and is saying that he's actually saying that he's on the bridge, on the first, what do you call it, panel or first pier of it or whatever. And so even with Kegan Klein, then they started going over to Kegan Klein. They came across, like I said, a lot of this unhealthy, what do we want to call it? What's the word we're going to use? SA stuff, and again, it's like they overlooked it all. It's like, it's just been a real cluster F of a case, to be honest with you. And so it's almost like they had to backtrack. So they made so many mistakes, from starting by calling off the dogs, by all these mistakes, putting out sketches and another sketch and all this stuff. And it's like, how many times can something go wrong? In this case, a lot. And that's what has caused it really to be 6 years, because all of a sudden, however they came across that information, looking into a file that someone came across and went, oh, this guy, Richard Allen. Oh, well, I guess we talked to him back in 2017, didn't we? So it's very confusing, because it's a matter of, is Kegan Klein, who on the 13th, they said that he said on his Facebook he was working in Vegas. He wasn't. He lied. Other than RA was there. I personally do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
iced tea.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it's a very complicated case, but if you just take it from the bare bones of what I've kind of just said.
This dog lover super chat. £1.99. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sammy, do you think anyone other than Ari was there?
Yeah. I mean, I personally do, Adam.
Some other was there? I change my mind on this every day.
I know.
Right now, I'm going to say no.
Okay, Deb.
I'm not sure if anyone was there. I do believe there were others involved in some way, including, I still think that Kegan Klein had something to do with the connection. Whether he just, put stuff in a Dropbox that attracted Richard Allen, or whether he actually met him at the marathon station and gave him a tracker phone. I think there's others involved. I'm not sure if there was anyone else there that day.
Right. I'll clarify. I was answering the question very literal, so I agree. I feel the same that Deb just said. I think other people were involved. I just don't know if anyone else was physically there that day.
Right.
But I also, Sonny, could easily be 1,000% right.
Yeah. I have a question too, as you were talking. I always think about this, and then I kind of let it go. Do you think that Ron Logan had permission to drive to particular places? Like, dumping your trash is a necessity. If you don't have a trash service and it's only a few miles down the road, maybe he was allowed to do that legally.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no, because he was a habitual
offender.
I know,
but,
which is why he ended up going to jail.
I think
even with people who are on house arrest, they're given permission to go to doctor's appointments and things that are of necessity. So
Right.
I've always wondered if he was possibly allowed to drive to the dump once every 2 weeks. Did you see the big bags of trash he had? How many? Or maybe even he's only allowed to go once a month. I don't know. That's something I'd like to know.
For me personally, I'm still going to say no because so many people have said to me, and you're from Indiana, but so many people have said to me, like especially in that area, that I mean, even when I look at people up all the time on Intellius or whatever, most of them have are suspended, don't have the right to be driving, but they do it anyway. And I believe that Ron Logan was one of these people as well.
Right.
Oh, I'm sure he probably did, but I also wondered if the reason he wasn't concerned about being seen at the dump is because he knew that he was allowed to do that. So that's something I've always wondered about.
Right. I'm not sure.
Do you think he even was aware they had cameras at the dump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's possible too.
I think so. I mean, he's been living there how long? He would know to see cameras there. I don't think that. Yeah. I personally do. That's why I don't think he was worried about it because he knew he was there for there. Hi, Lexa.
Poor Lexa has a sore throat.
Have a sore throat now?
Yeah.
Cool to vice versa.
And the other thing I saw in the chat here is someone said, don't you think if you saw your husband on that bridge that you'd know it was him? And I said, yes, I would. But then I think you have to go a little bit further in that if she also knew that he went to authorities and told them, hey, I was there and nothing was done, then that would make you think, okay, I guess it wasn't him. And you would want it to not be him. So you would rationalize it away in your mind. Subconsciously, she might have always known. But
that's what I feel like happened.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happened. Is that after they talked to him and they deemed him not the bridge guy or anything like that, they didn't, consider him a suspect. So why would she? So she's probably going, whew, I'm sure she thought that it looked like her husband. I'm sure that was in her thoughts. But hey, they didn't charge him and they cleared him basically and was like, have a good day. Thanks for letting us know you were there. So that's why, as much as, because to me too, if I saw my husband who wore similar clothes and was on that bridge and had that look, I'd be like going, holy shit, that looks like you, know? But again, her mind would be kind of cleared if he wasn't charged because they interviewed him. So does that make sense? And Lacey, what connected Richard Allen to the girls? Well, whatever evidence they do have, but unspent casing was found from his Sig Sauer 227 or whatever it was. That was there. And who knows, an animal hair perhaps. So that's just a matter of the evidence coming out. But they had enough for probable cause. But just the fact that, say, even though it's not enough, right? Yeah, just to have that, bullet there. But I mean, they obviously have more than like that's the always thing that I always think in my head. It doesn't matter if it's Koberger case, whatever.
Hey, Mark.
We always heard who's going good night. Somebody say good night.
No, I said hey, Mark.
Oh, hey, Mark. So for me, it's kind of like one of those things is that whether it's Koberger case, any of the cases, we know that a probable cause is only the minimal amount that you have to show probable cause. That they have so much other evidence, just like in the Koberger case. So whenever people keep and this goes to the professional reporters as well, they just do it for news sake. They know darn well that that's the case. They know there's a lot more evidence than what's in those probable causes, those affidavits.
Right.
So they just do everything for clicks and views, really. But the thing is that we know that. So we know that there's enough evidence, but is it stuff that will prove that it is, right? That can prove beyond a reason guilty, to get a guilty out of it. That's a different story. But I always know that. So like Koberger, to me in my head, is a slam dunk. They got so much on that guy. I'm sure there's no way that he's ever getting off for that, because to me, again, what they have and what we're going to hear are two different things. No different than Alex Murdaugh case. Well, Alex Murdaugh case. Thank goodness for that video. Really. So sorry, guys. Is there something you're seeing?
Lacey, and just the RA probable cause, you can easily find it. Just Google Richard Allen probable cause affidavit, and you'll easily find a copy of it. It's not nearly as interesting of a read as the Idaho one, just because of the way it's written, but it's very telling.
No, they found stuff. They found stuff there, Lacey. There's a lot out there between affidavits and, Kegan Klein stuff. It's a lot of reading if you're not familiar with the case. So it's one of those things. It depends on how hardcore you want to dive into something. We've always looked at all the paperwork that comes out because we've always dug hardcore into the case. But if you just look into the bare bones of it, time is going to tell. But the gist of it was the reason why it hasn't been solved. Many of mess ups along the way. And that's really the bottom line of it. And so hopefully at some point we'll see if there's a connection to Kegan Klein, to Delphi. But that's just a matter of time. We can keep speculating all we want. But, even if you had the exact evidence and Sleuth was talking about it, no one overly believes it. They'll listen to it. They're not going to believe you because it didn't come out of an Ellie's mouth.
I'm kind of having a little chuckle here.
What?
Freckled Joy, I love you, but journalists have a code. What they cannot report. They cannot report rumor. They do report rumor all the time. They do report
rumor all the time.
Having worked as a journalist and worked in radio and TV for many years, a long time ago, they will report rumor, but they will just say that it's alleged. They'll report a rumor.
Absolutely.
And then there are some media outlets that report rumor and make it sound as if it's the law, as if it absolutely happened and they know that it absolutely happened.
Right.
So
that's funny, Deb, because
don't put a lot of faith in the media all the time.
I was just listening to Pat Brown about this yesterday, which was hilarious. Okay. Pat Brown had so much stuff on that Fia Johansson chick. That's that medium doctor. She is such a fraud, that lady. Oh my God. Pat Brown had so much on her. She literally, Deb, was taking herself and putting her into books that she's not even part of and putting her picture in it. Like, she had so much stuff. It was ridiculous. But one of the things that Pat Brown was talking about, because she does a lot with the TVs and commercials and stuff like that, she says they don't vet nothing. They just play it. They don't do any vetting. And it's true. We've seen it. We've seen it happen when we've seen sleuths that we know on some of these shows or channels that we've watched. And I mean, the one that I kind of called out, but I didn't really
News Nation.
Wasn't really calling out the channel. Yeah, it was News Nation. And I was bottom line was I wasn't really calling out MOB, which is Monsters Under Our Bed. I was really calling out News Nation because if they would have done their homework, they would have seen that. If you just look at the vehicles, they're not the same vehicle. Now even if Monsters Under the Bed thought it was, and he's done a lot of great work for cases and stuff like that, and I repeatedly said that this is not to take away from his work. I was angry that News Nation wasn't even doing their homework, and they were just taking these channels and putting them on there, and all it was just speculation and gossip. So that is. So, Freckle Joy, I will totally disagree with you on that because we see it happen time and time again. They know it. They do it for clicks and views. Pat Brown was going on about it for a little bit in her video yesterday, and I was just like, and she's like, so, like I said, I'm not fooled by what they want out of it.
And I think there's a big difference between when you when you talk about a theory or you talk about something and you present it as speculation, you present it as something that you've not been able to vet, but that you've been told. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, as long as you're honest and you're fair and, you know, transparent in the way you present it. It's when someone comes on and they present something as it's a newsworthy fact.
Yes.
That's, to me, is when things get misconstrued. But I mean, if you come on and you say, we're not able to vet this, but a source tells me this, and you're very clear that it's speculation, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because you're taking the audience through the process that you got the information from.
And you know, here's the thing. Here's a perfect example of sometimes that information comes out true. And I'm going to, you know, pat my own little our backs for this. Way a long time ago, we said that Barbara McDonald would be called as a witness, and that part of her interview with Kegan Klein was not aired because that was actually evidence that he had lied to law enforcement. And now we see that come to fruition. Today it's announced that she is a witness. So, you know, sometimes we have a good inkling that something is true, and we go with it. And that in this case, it panned out.
Right.
Now, we've had other times when it hasn't. If you remember back when everybody was saying Tony Kline had been arrested. And so we went on the air for 8 hours betting whether it was true or not. And for goodness sakes, our connection in Peru came through for us and followed him and found him at the pet food store.
Right.
He had not been arrested.
Or look at the source, that, was giving me the information about the Richard Allen affidavit, and that, it was down to the quote of looking at fish. Yes. And every single bit of it turned out to be 100% true.
Yeah, absolutely. You were talking about that way back, and it all came to fruition. So we do have good sources sometimes, and we can't verify it. And sometimes we don't have good sources. Sometimes we have a source that tells us something, and you're like, oh, Lord.
Typically this channel always tried to stay within the boundaries of reality, like try to produce fact, and sometimes what we would deem as fact ourselves, but we couldn't tell you what was fact because obviously it's not coming out of Ellie's mouth or anything like that, but yet they were really good sources, like really good. And we had some for Delphi. But, Delphi, the gag orders came in and stuff like that. So it's, backed off, and people have backed off, and some people will still talk, whatever. But, you all will know that that's always going to happen regardless.
I think one problem I think that a lot of content creators find themselves in, and it's an easy trap to fall into, is that, some of the people that reach out and talk to you have incredible information. And I'm so grateful for anyone that reaches out and shares anything with me. Absolutely. But you also get people that, even if their intention is good or, well-meaning, they'll reach out to several content creators. Yeah. And then that drives me crazy. And then you have several content creators getting the same information and then being like, hey, have you heard this? And they're like, yeah, I have heard that. And it's all coming from the same person. Mm-hmm. And so it's hard sometimes to really vet that kind of stuff. But so you do have to be mindful of that.
The ones that I have a problem with is when I go to a source and I ask them to get something for me and to keep it on the down low and don't share it with anyone else. And then they get the information and I'm grateful and they share it with everybody else. Yeah. And I'm like, this was my idea and I asked specifically for that. Yeah. But what are you going to do?
I think Ken Maines is a narcissist profiler too, though. He's totally up his own butt.
Oh, look at that. What's that one profiler's name? Alexa?
What are you talking about him?
Alexa? Well, no, because about profilers. So you guys are saying, some of them are saying that Pat Brown is Alexa and whatever, CD. But Ken Maines, to me, I think he's a great cop and good at what he did. But he comes off very arrogant, actually. Very.
I think he's just kind of cocky.
I like his personality. Don't get me wrong. He's a no BS type of person. But he does, he does come off like a little bit high and mighty there, and it's just like he does to me. That definitely does to me.
I think sometimes when you've experienced so much and you see other people saying or doing, you kind of get a little bit indignant.
Yeah,
like
he's like a
dog lover. What about me?
What about the iPass? Okay, let's just see here. A lot of questions here. What about the ISP website saying that they had found and cleared BG way before Alan? I know, right? Well, I mean, they had said that they had already figured that the first guy had nothing to do with it. Do you remember, guys, that? Remember the first sketch? That they said that that person was cleared, that person had nothing to do with it. Okay, let me just tell you this. Ellie had no clue what they were doing with this case. This case has been so flubbed up. Let's hope that they get it right one day for the girls.
Yeah. Okay, will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Because I had two macular holes in my eye, as you know.
Oh,
and
right.
I had laser surgery for it. Went back today.
Did
They do this severe dilation. You probably know all about this, Sunny, because she worked at an eye doctor. And I had a pupil that was this big and one that was this big. So now it's still not adjusted, and I literally cannot read what's on the screen.
Oh, no problem.
Just slow down when you're reading.
Well, I'm not really reading. Like a lot of times, Deb, I'm literally just putting it up there, and I'm not actually reading it. I'm just putting it up there for others to see.
Deb's got those dilated pupils.
Yeah.
Slow down. I know.
So when
Aspen made me send him a picture of my eye. And I got to tell you this quick story, and then we'll get right back to Richard Allen. I was in a thrift shop. I love to thrift for antiques. And so this guy the cashier started to wait on me, and he just looked like this. And I didn't know. I didn't realize that this pupil was this big and this one was this big.
Right.
And he just kept staring at me. And he asked me if I was okay. I said, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay. I got into the car, and I looked into the rearview mirror, and I about died. So it just looks so bizarre.
You take a picture of yourself?
I'm not okay. I'm doing drugs on this side of my body.
Funny. That's funny. And now everyone wants to know who Ken Maines is.
Okay. Deb, do you want to explain who Ken Maines is?
Ken Maines is an ex-LE law enforcement and
retired.
Retired, and he's pretty famous, and he has a channel called Unsolved No More.
And the profiler.
And I think he went undercover a lot. He's kind of a rugged looking, good looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
He ranks up
there.
He
reminds me of my stepdad. He looks like my stepdad.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I mean, he never did answer 2 of my emails that I ever sent him.
I don't think he never responds to comments in his comment section either. I think he makes videos and moves on.
He just does his, he's basically like, I don't got time for that. Here's my videos. Pretty much. I remember that one day he literally made a clickbait video, and he was going to actually make it harder. You okay, Adam? Is it the ketchup chips going down your throat wrong?
Must be.
Anyways, at the end of the day, it's one of those things, right? You like who you like, you don't like. Yeah, you take everything with a grain of salt until it comes out. Even if it is a crock of crap, you just wait for it to come out in, from obviously LE or the courts or whatever. Even if it is very flawed, but nothing's perfect, I guess. But we just want justice for Abby and Libby. They deserve it. It's been a long, hard battle. 6 years, just past the 6-year mark. They deserve it. Libby left that video for a reason, and it was to catch anyone that was involved with their unaliving for sure.
Yeah,
that's what I fight for.
It'll be it'll be Abby's 20th birthday before we know it.
Oh wow, that's hard to.
Yeah.
Or would have been.
I don't even want, what? Everyone's talking about tacos. I even went to JLR's channel, and he's like, where can I get a good taco around here? And I'm like, dude, I know, I love tacos. I even said to my husband, do you want to go shopping today? He still hasn't gone shopping with me. I was like, husband, do you want to go shopping today? I could look at tacos. And he's just like, no, we'll go tomorrow. Every day has been tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So, well, it looks like you didn't choke on your tacos that you had the other night, CD. I mean, obviously you're still alive.
Oh, Miss Dog Lover, that sounds like a fun show.
Okay.
Miss Dog Lover says, I'm going to the theater tonight to see the SK Next Door. I mentioned it previously.
CD. Okay. That little con man gives me joy each and every day. He takes me on. He took us into a freaking south of the border big dollar store with little maracas
Really?
and hats. Yeah.
Oh,
right.
But I know we need to
I'm
get
gonna start watching this guy. I've never
But Sunny,
watched one of his videos.
you know when I'm out of town this weekend, and I'm gonna take a picture or video, and I'm gonna say, "Capital."
Yeah.
I'm going because I'll be in DC this weekend, and so I'm gonna be like, "Capital."
You need to do this, and you need to do a live from it too.
I will. I will.
Right.
He won't.
I know.
On the sunny steps.
He won't.
On the sunny steps of justice.
You know what? When Adam, obviously was working so hard that he couldn't show up for the last live to the last couple of minutes. In my head, honestly, I was thinking he's definitely no JLR.
No.
He would be sitting there.
I'm going to call the sunshine. I'm going to stand on the Supreme Court steps, and I'm going to say, "Sunny Justice."
Okay, well, you have to do it now.
I will.
You have to.
But
that's hilarious.
Hey, but CD, okay? I mean, he took us over to Stephen Smith's gravesite, Mallory Beach, took us over to the pier. I mean, this dude's taking me on trips that I've never been before with these cases, okay? I've grown to like that little dude. He makes me laugh.
He is a hard worker, from what I've heard. He
is a hard worker.
Puts out a ton.
Of
stuff.
Yeah.
Watch out, Adam. Watch out, Aspen.
I'm going to believe in my heart that he's a changed person, and that instead of doing things for the wrong reasons, he's now earning money for good reasons. Just quit suing people. Okay, you've already made it to the Guinness Book of World Records, so stop doing that stuff. And just stay on course. Stay on course, JLR.
Hey, Sharon.
Everybody's got to have goals, right?
Yep. You got dreams. This is Hollywood. Yeah.
Lizette said,
did
he take anybody to Alcatraz?
Hey.
Not yet.
CD. Trust me when I say, I'm a very wise person. I know always exactly what I'm doing. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm enjoying the fact that JLR is taking me on taco trips, and he's taking me over to Murdoch building, and he's taking me over to grave sites and
but Sonny, has he brought you home to meet his parents?
No, but we had chicken. we were at a chicken place the other day, okay? And he was eating his French fries and his chicken burger, and I started bonding with him, going, you know what? I'm getting used to him eating on these lives now. I literally wanted to be sitting beside him and going, dude, like seriously.
Did he have his mouth open while he was eating?
Little bit. Sometimes when they're talking and they got food on the side of their mouth, it's hard to take someone seriously, though.
You know what my biggest pet peeves ever? Sorry, is when someone opens their mouth and they have like that little string of spit going.
Yeah. Okay. No. Adam can't stand that one either. That's just a turn off. You know what that says to me right away when I see that?
Dry mouth.
Breath. Yes. Dry mouth. Bad breath. Okay. All right. Now that we've
make me want to take a drink. And put on some gloss.
Okay. We're down to that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's definitely corny, Lacey. He's absolutely corny. This is like I said. So I'm fully aware of this JLR. And I'm going into it knowing that, okay? And I'm still appreciating it because I want to say kid, but he's like 40-something years old.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh with his corniness. It's so cheesy, and people swallow it up. And he literally has, like, what do I want to call it? When somebody knows exactly how to play people. In a sense, he is that person. He, right?
Saying he's a grifter?
Right.
You know what? I wouldn't call him a grifter, to be honest with you, because he's not one of those ones that's going in there pumping people to give him donations and all that stuff. He knows how to do it by suing people, obviously, and other ways. But he's not like a channel that just he's doing his live. He knows the X factor. You can tell.
He knows how to market himself.
He knows. Thank you. That's what I was looking for, Deb.
Right.
I agree, Mama T. I agree, Mama T. I don't like that. I don't think that he does that because he's doing it because he wants to live in those media clips for all of eternity. No other reason.
I mean, I'm just usually amazed at when he doesn't put himself in the thumbnail, to be honest. On there.
Can you relate to that, Adam?
What?
He's just a dude on
living in those video clips.
I wouldn't want to be associated with that, like in that moment.
Okay, you guys, let's watch the actual video for this now. So this is the one talking about Kegan Klein, you guys, okay? About the list that basically the same video that Deb had put up there, okay? But for anyone that's coming in now, we haven't played this yet, so we'll play this now. So we'll see you in a couple.
Klein's father to testify against him in the child porn trial later this year. Jerry Kline is one of 19 witnesses submitted to the court by the Miami County prosecutor. The younger Kline faces trial in May on 25 child porn related charges. Prosecutors say he used the Anthony Shots social media account to get nearly 100 sexually explicit pictures and videos of underage girls. State police have linked that profile to the Delphi murders, but Kline has not been charged or named a suspect in that case. The witness list also includes a podcaster who interviewed Kline in jail and the Alaska police officer whose picture was used in the social media account.
Oh, Hottie's going to be out there as well.
What?
Our little hottie police officers going to be there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's a treat, isn't it now?
Yeah. I mean, he's no Pennsylvania cop.
Well, that was only a 48-second clip. Didn't know it was only that long.
I know. I was like, it cut off really abruptly. I was like, oh.
48 seconds. Turned us yellow, people. It always does when the clip plays. And after I played that clip, I was like, why did I? It said everything that I didn't want to.
Here's another point that I was discussing with my main contact in Peru, and that is if Kegan Klein, if Tony or Jerry Anthony Klein, however they want to refer to him, if he is being called as a witness, does that mean that he's off the hook for being involved in some way?
Mm-hmm. Well,
for Tony Klein.
Yeah, in Kegan's CSAM case.
I've never fully believed that Tony Klein actually. I think he's a dirtbag. I think he's a lot of things. I just don't know where to place him. I've never felt this big involvement with him. Not to say it's not true, but I just haven't. Kegan Klein having dirty secrets, absolutely. I don't know. I've just never been able to place them. I've left, kind of like Ron Logan. I just kind of kept them off to the side.
What do you think, Catherine?
It'll be interesting to see how Kegan's defense attorney. Yeah, I'm assuming is Tony being called as a witness for the prosecution? Because I can't see him voluntarily testifying for the prosecution. So if he's under subpoena, then does Kegan's defense attorney do they try to create doubt in the jury's mind as far as, didn't you live in that house? Didn't you have access to those devices? Could that defense attorney then ask all the questions the public has been asking about Tony Klein?
Yeah.
And if that opens the door, then what kind of defense does that allow in for Kegan Klein? So,
I want to show you guys a picture. Just give me a second here. Let me take this down for a sec. It's actually, you know what? I totally forgot to show it before. Oops, I got to open up my thing first of all. Or no, I guess I could have done it the other way. No, oh, right. I forgot that this, darn it. I hate it when that happens. Well, because I had my stuff all prepared, but then I rebooted the computer. So now I got to get some of those files back in here. I think this is what I wanted. And this here. And okay, hold on. I'll share it with you guys all. This one right there. Who's this, you guys? Any guesses in chat who this person is right here?
CD.
What do you guys guess?
I didn't recognize him without the beard.
Do you guys think this is CD? Analysis of a crime?
Yep.
Jersey Shore summer. No kidding.
Let me remind you of that. I was thinking Jersey Shore. I literally was typing it. Is that you?
He's like GT.
Just so you guys know, if you have pictures out there of yourself, you're not safe. Sonny will find them.
Imagine appearing on camera for like 3 nights a week. I'm like,
remind you of Pauly Shore a little bit?
no, not Pauly Shore.
No. Yeah.
Jersey Shore. Pauly from
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore isn't
right. Jersey Shore.
He's a completely different person.
I watched that show. I did, but it's been a long time. But anyways, yeah. So that's CD's pick. Now nobody take any screenies and do anything.
sexy man right there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a sexy man right there.
Yeah. I know some of these females out there going, I'm kind of a little lonely tonight. I'll just kidding. I'm kidding. Pauly Shore. Yeah, it wasn't that what it was, Jesse? Pauly Shore? Oh, it was Pauly D. Why do I have Pauly Shore in my head?
Pauly Shore is a comedian.
Encino Man.
Yeah. On there. Okay. Is it a scratch and sniff picture, CD?
Oh.
Well, I was thinking more of a clone back in, scratch and sniff. I was trying to actually be good when I said that, actually. So sorry that you took it wrong. Okay, you were 22 there. Oh, so you're the same age as the boy that was the juror.
The juror.
Yeah.
Although, I will say, I know that, for unforeseen circumstances, I wasn't able to join the last live until the very end. But that
These
juror.
Circumstances.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's actually Sonny's husband's fault because he needed a nap. But that juror, for 22 years old, I thought he was incredibly well spoken and mature sounding.
Absolutely. I'm just picturing CD running around in pink heels. That's all I'm picturing. Oh, that was your friend, wasn't it, CD? CD has some good stories to tell.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so CD, it's coming down. Everyone get your last glimpse. $5 and I'll blow it up and send it to you. Yeah. Any takers? Yeah. Okay. Bye. It's done. Thanks for that, CD.
Miss Dog Lover, that's so sweet. Miss Dog Lover said CD was an absolute hero on 9/11 when I watched that horrendous event unfold in New York from the UK. So brave.
Right.
I agree. Miss Dog Lover could not agree more.
Absolutely.
There we go. On there. I love that Army, but I'm still encouraging my kids to go to college. Whatever works, I'm just waiting for a lottery ticket to hit my way. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Anybody want real $5? Real $5?
Wait, son.
Marietta, you smarty pants.
Hmm.
Okay. So,
There you go, Sonny.
What'd you send me?
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, so generous of you to donate to the channel, and that you would take 30% of it. So generous. Thank you, Adam. Yeah. Anyone top that? Anyways. Okay, you guys. I mean, as much as I love talking about Delphi, we got to move on to a couple of the other ones. So,
did you get the document? I think I sent it to you on Idaho.
Which one?
I didn't get one from you personally, or at least if you sent me it, I didn't. But I think if you're talking about the same one that I already have, I got it from Twitter.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Your CD again. Hey, Adam, you don't need to know.
Oh, that's right. We got them at the same time. You sent it, and I was okay.
Oh, I don't even know, Deb, because I'm talking about. I think it's this one, right? Oh,
the Ann. Oh no, I was talking about the Ann Taylor document. Is that it? Yeah.
Did anyone send it to me?
I don't think I did actually.
I think I did. I thought I did.
Well, I never seen it, Deb, personally, but let me see here.
It's a 2-page.
Nope.
And it's the her requesting help.
Let me just see here.
Nope, you did not, Deb. You did not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did.
Selfish.
Stuff was coming at me so quickly, and I was in the middle of making videos. So
my goodness, a guy can't take a nap these days without.
Wait, hold on a second. Want to see if that's but I think I only got one page, to be honest.
Do you want me to send the other to you?
Yeah, could you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
need to open up something else anyway here because I'm missing a piece. I think it's what's this one? Where's the other one? Come on.
I just sent it to Sunny, and I just sent it to Aspen.
What's this one? Oh yeah, okay, that's for that. That's something different. Okay. This was just a thing showing it updated. Yeah, I think
that was on Kegan Klein's case.
Yeah, I must have just grabbed one piece of it or something, I guess. Okay, so I think it was this piece I'm missing then. Yeah, okay. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today.
Welcome, Jess.
Hey, what's up?
Thanks, Jess. Oh, Jess became a new member.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jess. Thank you. Now we just need another 7,000 people to become members, and we're good. we're good. We don't need anybody else in our family.
I know. If we could hit 10,000 by tonight, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Go forth, people. Use every account you have. No, just kidding. Then this throws off the algorithm. Okay, so let's. Here, I'll take us off screen. But anyways, Jess, thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate that. Let me just go to this. Okay. So, did I pull in the other one, or did I not pull it in yet? All right. Okay, you guys, one more treat. All right. Okay. Now, there we go. Okay. So, nope, that's not the one I want. Nope, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want either. Wait. Yes, this is what I want. Okay. So, is this the first page? No, that's the second page.
That's the second page.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Losing some brain cells as I'm talking right now. Okay, let's see here. So what do we got? We got Ann C. Taylor, public defender. Haven't even read this yet. State of Idaho. In the District Court of the Second Judicial District of State of Idaho, in and for the County of Latah. Let's see. Comes now, Ann C. Taylor, Kootenai, I guess, public defender, or county public defender and attorney for the above named defendant, moves the court to appoint an additional death qualified co-counsel in the above entitled matter. This motion is made pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, 14th Amendments of the Idaho United States Constitution's Rule 44.3 of the Idaho Criminal Rules. Okay, so basically they're appointing another person,
She's asking for someone else that is qualified for the death penalty.
Right. The court having before it the defendant's motion to appoint co-counsel in good cause appearing now, therefore, is hereby ordered that an additional qualified counsel shall be appointed in the above titled matter. Okay, so basically they got the okay today. Yeah, today's the 7th. Oh, look at that. Somebody put February. And they typed in March. Usually you have to initial things when you do stuff like that, you would think. Anyway, so
you know what kills me is like, why didn't they just go back and amend I mean, it's in the computer. Why can't they just go back and clear out February and put March in there?
right.
Right. Mark through it and then type underneath it. That's
just
weird.
looks so sloppy when they do that.
But it kind of makes me feel better that we've seen so many mistakes on documents in Carroll County. It looks like it happens everywhere.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Thank you for reminding me about that. Anyways, I don't think there's much thoughts on that. If you guys have thoughts on that, feel free to say them. Wanted to kind of like bringing back in these items here again. Can you guys see that or no? Let's see.
Yeah, kind of.
Deb, did you go? You must have went over this list, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone that went over this list? That is there anything that really kind of stands out to anyone in this list of multiple things? I mean, we heard the other day that Brian Koberger was in the kitchen. That he was in the kitchen in shorts and a shirt with latex gloves, and he was bagging up in Ziploc bags his trash, and that's why there was like no DNA in his parents, because he was bringing it over to the neighbor's house. So kind of makes me laugh. All I'm thinking of is put your hands up and trash down. Now, mister. You know.
Couple of things that stuck out to me were the piece of paper with a password on it.
Okay.
And there was a note in the desk. I'm like, what? Really would love to know what was on those.
Well, Jess is saying 35 ID cards inside glove box.
That was my third one.
Yeah, ID cards inside glove box, inside box.
So were those fake IDs that got him in? As you know,
that's the first thing that runs through my mind personally. What about you guys?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you know, some. I shouldn't say this, but there was some, you know, obviously bright soul that left a comment on the video saying that basically like they don't got nothing besides a sheath mark, you know, the sheath thing. And I'm like, dude, are you really that simple? Is what all I could think about, because I'm like, how many people at nighttime stand in the kitchen putting their trash in Ziploc bags and take it over to the neighbors with latex gloves on? That's a very normal thing that I personally do every single night. I don't know why I would find that strange personally.
Yeah, I do.
It's having the shorts and t-shirt on that I find the most strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do it with a surgical mask on even.
Right?
I thought, and I just saw this in the chat, and I thought about that too. I wondered why he was putting his garbage in individual Ziploc bags. Was he going to put it in there and spray bleach in there? I don't.
Right?
What's the point in doing that?
All I know is anyone that's innocent would never be doing that. Anyone, only a person that's guilty knowledge of what they did would be standing there, taking the trash over with latex gloves, putting their trash with DNA, because
Right.
he
As a vegan, maybe he wanted his trash separate, like he wanted his cooking separate.
It
right.
definitely could be an OCD thing.
Could be. Although
Right.
anyone
Were those items he was putting in Ziploc? Does it specifically say trash?
Yes. And
Alexa.
why would you take it over to your neighbors? There's no OCD about that.
Well, you know why? I can tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because he allegedly unalived 4 people and then got pulled over 2 times in one state.
Do you think that he picked up on that?
100%, I think he picked up on it.
No.
Because immediately after that, he started wearing surgical gloves to the grocery store, and he started to get paranoid that he was under surveillance, and he was.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure he figured that out really quickly.
So so is there any other number here? Let's see here. Let's see. Go back there. So, I know a lot of people are looking for that whole book with underlining on page 118. I think it was Shelley that put one in our chat, which, there's a lot of the books that have something that's on a page that's underlined, but I spent all of 20 minutes looking, maybe 30 one day, just to see. Okay, and then
I'm just waiting for Reddit to tell me.
I know, right? We're a little too lazy to do some of the actual resourcing. Sometimes it's just wait for Reddit to come out with something and then jump on it like News Nation does.
Sources say.
Yeah, so let's see. An AT&T bill, blah, blah. Okay, so a knife, which is strange. And then a Smith & Wesson knife. Now, I know...
That word just drives me crazy. Knife.
By itself, knife.
What kind of knife?
Whoever wrote that, I'm like, give me one detail about the knife. Because the other knife that's mentioned, they give a detail about. Mm-hmm. They call it a pocket knife.
Right. So do you think that they're purposely omitting something? I do.
I think they're doing it to F with me personally.
Wait. Do you guys think it was a butter knife? And do you think it was a butter knife that he used, all by himself? Like that knife was set out aside for him for when he
Maybe he'd been eating and they took but why wouldn't there be a spoon or a fork? Maybe he made a sandwich. And they saw him holding on to it. And that's where they got fingerprints.
Or maybe it's a K-bar. Okay.
Right. It could be.
I don't think it is, but yeah, it could be.
It could be. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Shelley, yeah. I know everyone's kind of was looking at that one. Hey, if people want to give that energy and then it comes out to be true at some point, perfect. But
what book was it?
Shelley, do you remember what book it was?
Was it the BTK one?
I still feel in all of this that Brian Kohberger, Alexa, don't disagree with me. I still feel like Brian Kohberger was partially doing things like Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of similarities there.
There were a few overlapping factors in the two.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning Ted Bundy and BTK.
Who's this Elliot Roger?
He's the incel. He's like the one they all look up to.
They consider
Remember Papa Rogers talked about. I'm sorry, Deb. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. Go ahead. You were talking.
No, I was done.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, they mentioned that in the Papa Rogers thing, the Elliot Rogers thing.
Yeah.
It was Papa Rogers that's in, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But, now they're saying Papa Roger is been, they say, proven not to be. And I think that's where the connection with Elliot Rodger came in, is when people thought Papa Rodger, his entries in the, different social media and in different groups, that he was Kohberger. And so they were saying, well, why would he say Papa Rodger? Because Elliot Rodger's the father of incels. But now they're saying that that's not him. It wasn't him. So I don't think that.
Well, I never
he was a hero.
believed it was.
I'm still not convinced it's not.
Yeah, and I have, for me, Papa Rogers, again, he posted after the fact as well, member of jail. I never, like, I read it when Adam sent it to me, and there was zero vibes that said this had anything to do with Brian Kohberger. I didn't feel it. Did it? How many people here in chat?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. He actually made a lot of comments that were spot on, and we found out after those comments that they were accurate. But was it just guessing? Was it?
I think that, yeah, see, like, I didn't feel like there was a lot. I feel like there was a couple things for sure about the sheep and different things. I just never got a vibe off of it. I was just like, this dude obviously probably has some knowledge.
Yeah, I was in that group that he was initially in, and then he started his own. And so I read a lot. He had a lot of entries. I just don't think it's connected.
I don't either. I don't. And that's without having all that stuff that you looked at. Just now, when I just always go by my gut. If I just don't feel it, I don't feel it. So it's kind of like if somebody else, ow, I bit my mouth where it hurts.
Ow.
Yeah, it's because,
I hate when that happens.
Hey, Barry. It's kind of one of those things, like I said, if other people want to spend their energy and find something, so be it. I just, like I said, everyone kind of picks their things that they like to go down, their trails and different things. And, I thought Papa Rogers was BK. I'll admit it now. I don't. Yeah.
Lacey, it's Papa Rodger, Rodger. There's no S. Papa Rodger.
Yeah.
I said Papa Roger, sorry.
Yeah,
I do sometimes too.
I do too. Papa Rodger. Yeah. We already showed in other ones, other videos, Lacey, but you know what? Let's just think that we're right. That's probably, well, besides Adam there, who thinks, and maybe some others that, but it's not a path that I personally care about.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't think it actually is, but I said I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah, I'm ruling it out.
I definitely think. Well, I definitely think the Tapatox is him. I definitely.
Absolutely. I believe that the Tapatox is him for sure. For sure.
I added an S to that. Oh my goodness, sorry.
Have you guys seen the what was his name? Brent Kopacka? Was that the guy that was the military officer? He was a friend of Brian Kohberger's, and he ended up in some type of altercation with law enforcement, and he unalived himself.
Well, I don't know if he was friends with him. He lived nearby him.
Yeah, I think there was a connection that they did know each other. He was a security guard or something, right? Yeah,
that was the. Remember when Brian got pulled over with his dad? That was the standoff that they were referring to at WSU.
Yeah, have you seen the picture that he posted of his eyeball and said, "I see you too"?
Yeah.
And in the reflection of the eyeball, you can see the house that the unaliving happened.
1122 King Road.
Right. A lot of people speculate that.
And you can see a white vehicle that looks like an Elantra in it. It's pretty impressive.
You know what? If you have it, Devin would send me that, because I vaguely remember something about that. Vaguely.
I do have it. Let me see.
Like, you don't have to send it now, or you could if you want me to show it.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Okay, so let me just, as Deb's doing that, I'm just going to scroll down this list here. So let's see, note in desk. So they took a note in desk, clear plastic, Acer Pay documents, university notebook. Extra large navy. What is this? A man's drawing? What? What the heck is a man's drawing?
Amen drawing. Is it an? I don't know. Let's see. Where
What's
is
that, you
it?
guys? Let me see.
Here it is. Are you frozen, Sonny, or are you just being very still?
No, I'm trying to understand what this amen drawing thing is. In a man mind. What? In a man mind is a famous drawing.
See that number 34, Sonny?
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, a man's drawing.
Yeah, but she's saying in a man mind. That says amens. Or is it called a man's?
In a man's mind.
Yeah, but that's not what it says on the 34.
It says a man's.
Yeah.
Okay, why is this not going?
So did somebody just write sloppily? Because they did see where asterisks were. They couldn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you send it, Deb?
Now I'm trying to get it pulled up.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, Lizette. Thank you for that. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that painting up or drawing.
Yeah. Okay, in a man's mind. I mean, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like is it a Sigmund Freud thing?
It could be.
I think it's right. What's on a man's mind? I think it's this here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it's this, Sonny.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what I got. Okay, so let me just bring that up for a second.
It's one of those where do you see the man or do you see the woman?
Oh, okay, I've seen that before. I remember that. Oops. Right, because you see the woman here with this. Yeah, I like those type of pictures.
I just see the
This. Shave, lady, shave. I like those.
It's almost bathing suit season, honey.
Yeah. The only thing is that like no guy's hair looks like that, so it's kind of like you see it right away. What's on a man's mind? I mean, it still's cute. Yeah, CD. Turn away, CD. You're married, man. I can look at it. I'm a married woman, but it's different. I'm a hypocrite. I see both. Yeah.
Did you see that YouTube I just sent you, Sonny?
Here we go.
It's our good friend Anthony Schatz.
Okay.
Anthony. Oh, I think I've seen this before.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna play it though. I've seen it before. I'm not gonna play it just for the sake of we're green. Let's keep it green.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not. We're actually yellow right now.
Okay, I just sent it.
Okay.
Exactly what's that.
Oh damn! What does that look like? What the heck? What is that?
When you enlarge it, you can see the reflection of all of like the house next door.
Okay, I think I get where it's pointing to.
Yeah. If you look to the far in the white of the eye in the left, you'll see the house.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. You guys, this is like looking almost at my pictures that I show you from the crime scene. So that says Queen Street. So that's supposedly the house right here. No,
look over to the arrows pointing to the left. See the white? The house is in the white, the upper part of the white.
Here?
Where's your cursor?
Can
Where's your pointer? I'm trying to point to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you see that, like, you see where the arrow is, and it's got like a cross, like a piece of wood. What is that? A power line?
Yeah, like a power line.
Keep going over to the left. Keep going to where it's pointing, and you will see the house in white, and you'll see there the power. The house is a little power box, and they're going up the side of it. You see it? I can't see your cursor.
No, you can't see it. I have it up there.
No, it's not showing up at all.
Well, I see the power bars, but the thing is that they're literally showing Queen Street, and they're not on Queen Street, right off of the road.
Well, it's different things in there, I think. And if you look over to the other side,
this is a vehicle here.
If you look over to the other side in the white and zoom in, you see a white car. You see that?
Here. What kind of photo is this? Where did it come from?
It came from that Brent Kopacka. He posted it. It's his eye, and he posted it. He did the work on it, and he posted it with the phrase underneath it saying, "I see you too." So can you see over to the on the opposite side of the arrow in the white area? Can you see the car?
Well, I see a blob, of what could
I
be
can see the car as clear as day. The
Mm.
black wheels of it.
I can see that there's some sort of vehicle or something here.
Mm-hmm. It's a white car that's shaped just like.
But the house,
Elantra.
Just that the house isn't making sense to me because they're showing a road, right? Here's the road.
I know, but he's superimposed. Isn't that area called King 1122 King, but it's also referred to as Queen something?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just pull up Google Maps for a sec.
Yeah, and I actually let me see if I took the picture. There's a picture of that scene that what's the guy? He dresses up like a creepy clown. Something circus. He did a video on this.
Crime Circus.
Yeah, he did a video on this, and he lined up that actual picture of the house and that area, and it lined up perfectly.
I like him.
Okay, so
I do too. I think he's really good at research.
Right. I mean, if I had a daughter and she brought him home, I might be a little like, but
yeah, I think he just doesn't want to show his identity, but
I know, I'm just playing.
He's got amazing research.
So
he does. He's very good.
You're saying that the car is here, then the car would have to be here.
I can't tell. It's right next to the house next door. It looks like. I can't see that from here, so I don't know.
No, I think she's saying it would have to be in front because of Queen. It says Queen Road, and you see the blue house in it. She said, right?
I'm sorry. Say what? Road.
Didn't you see don't you see the blue house in it?
I can't see anything from here.
Oh, no, couldn't be there.
Oh, because yeah.
See, this is what. One second. That couldn't make sense because there's power poles in that other one. So hold on a second.
Yeah, there'd have to be power poles. They have to be in front of the house. It would have to be in front of the house.
It would have to be in front because there's a power pole.
Like right there.
And the
like
power
in front.
pole will be here.
Yeah. So that's where I thought it was.
But there's way it can be here and it pointing there.
She's got her cursors right in front of the.
It's so small for me, and with my eyes.
It's like in the house next. to the
Hold on,
driveway
I'm
for
just,
the
I know that.
King Roadhouse.
Let me just take a look at the picture again. So the picture, the pole is facing that way. Okay, so I got to go back that way. Okay, so it's facing. That pole is
Okay.
here. Okay, so let me just. One sec. I'm gonna close this off. I'm gonna open this back up. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull in that picture. Okay, so now 1 second, Deb.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Mm-hmm. See, I have the other picture on my phone that shows that he showed it lined up. Let me
But
see.
even that's not facing the right.
I just think this is a doctored photo, but I don't think
Yeah, I don't think that I think he superimposed things in there, but he was saying this on the right side or the left side is the house, and then you see the driveway or white car parked there.
I mean,
it's hard, without.
Can you see your reflections in my eyes?
I do.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a
Or
white car right here on Google Earth.
Do you just see where it says BS?
I saw that a long time
ago. There's something totally wrong about this picture.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's totally wrong about this picture. Is that these lines in this road, do not exist. The wiring above it,
I don't know how you can see anything.
See how there's a white car?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's because I'm on a big desktop, though. You're probably on a small computer. Or a
she's
small
on her phone.
Here,
I'm looking on my phone.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, that's your problem right there.
Good night, Miss Dog Lover.
That's going to make a huge difference, obviously.
Here we go. Okay, I'm going to send you another one. Hang on.
Okay, send me another. Night, Miss Dog Lover. We don't believe her, do we? Do we believe her this one? Oh, 1 second. Okay, I'll wait for you to send it to me.
Hang on. Let me get back up here.
Okay.
Hey, Tony. Tony's like 3 white Elantras. It's like,
there's like
but Annika don't want none unless you.
Okay, let me locate this again.
I feel like you're on the wrong. What?
See what kind of trouble I cause?
This is a very strange picture.
It is really strange.
All good.
Okay, let me find it. Where is it?
He had this picture, or he did the work himself?
I'm sorry, what? Why is it not letting me
Crime
do
Circus
this?
had this picture, or he did the work himself?
Yes. He has a picture. And I just found it, and now I can't find it on here.
Yeah, but he did the work.
Yes.
Okay. It's not
That's what I'm
making
hearing.
sense. It's not making
What is that? Why am I seeing it here? Okay. All right. It's in that row. I'm sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Pick a subject.
No, it's okay. Just this thing is facing like
What
like this
crap? Why won't it let me pull this
post
up?
doesn't even go up. I don't know what this is.
Okay. Let me try one more way.
Okay.
Come on. Shared album?
There's like some big freaking bus thing over here. It's another vehicle here. That's a vehicle. That's a vehicle. Like, there's no.
This makes no sense why it won't let me share it.
I just can you screenshot it and then send it? Or
Maybe. I don't know. No. Well, I don't know. Hang on. Let me see.
yeah.
I'll be right back.
What the thing is what's not making sense is that there's no. Oh, sorry. What are you guys even looking at? Are you guys looking at Google screen with me? Okay. Well, the sure. Even if I went to the biggest screen,
Okay.
Is
Yeah, I
that-
think good idea, Sonny. This is gonna work.
Okay.
Okay. I just sent it.
Okay. What the heck? It's an eyeball.
This is from the view.
Okay, now
of where
that's
the
a whole
blue
different
house
picture.
Is. Yeah, this is from a blue. This is from the view of like the blue house.
Right.
Queen Road. So where's Queen Road?
So, okay. Let me come back into it for a sec. Okay. So, this is the picture you just sent me now.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Thank
let
you,
me
Crime Circus.
go back to this one for a sec. Here, let me take off the on there. Whoops. Let me make this one a little bit brighter. Let's go. Take that one off.
That's the original
We'll use
one.
this one perhaps. Okay. So, okay, let me hit copy. I'm going to bring this one out. Okay, and then we're just going to hit paste on this one. Okay, hold on. So these are two different pictures, really. They must be, because here I see the line, which belongs exactly like this.
Mm-hmm.
So the arrow is pointing over here. And I'm thinking, so, I mean, these are two different pictures in a set. Like, they're the same picture, kind of. But this arrow is pointing over here, Deb, because you can tell that by the street. Sorry.
Right, because there's the white car.
You can tell that by the queen and then the line. Right.
Right.
So that's going that way. So this one here is pointing to the house on this side. So I'm not still sure what the point is. Like, so this person put a picture of an eye and then said, "I see you."
It said, "I see you."
Because I think wouldn't that be because
it was done I, letter C, U, and number 2.
Yeah, wouldn't that be because there's a camera off of this house, and that's why that arrow's pointing to that place?
Maybe.
I think that there was a camera off of that house. This one, which would be this house over here, because that first arrow was pointing here. So there was probably
And why would
a
this
camera
Brent
right
Kopacka,
on this house here, and that's probably what that.
Yeah, but why would this Brent Kopacka post that? He's the
What,
one
Deb?
that. Why would Brent Kopacka post this like this and post this scene? He's the one that Kohberger allegedly is trying to say was involved in it. You know, the story about, he says Brent Kopacka was in the car and he went inside, and so Kohberger got scared and drove off. Why would this Brent guy post
I'm not really sure about this.
He posted on his social media.
I don't really know much about that Kopacka guy, to be honest with you. So you're saying that
who he is,
that
right?
Kopacka guy posted this?
Yes.
No, actually, I don't.
Okay. He is an ex-military person who had PTSD. He allegedly was with Bryan Kohberger when he bought the knife. And I said allegedly. And allegedly they hung out. They also said that Bryan Kohberger told his family that he was in the car with Brent Kopacka doing drugs, and that Brent went in behind 1122 King Road location, and that Brent went into the house and Bryan got scared and drove off. That's the story that he's allegedly told his family. And then Brent had some kind of an episode or something. He posted this, and then he got into law enforcement showed up at his apartment the same time that Kohberger was being pulled over in Indiana, the same day around the same time. And there was an altercation, and Brent Kopacka ended up taking his own life. I mean, Brent Kopacka. I said
Brent Kohberger?
Brent Kopacka. Kopacka ended up taking his own life.
So I don't think I really knew that story too much, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the SWAT.
I didn't
SWAT
really know
team.
that story too much at all.
So it's
I don't know. I don't really know the story too well.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember something about it. Vaguely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that guy took his own life, eh?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, SWAT shot him?
At the same time that they were pulling over Bryan Kohberger in Indiana repeatedly.
Yeah.
So sorry, there was that picture was on Brent Kopacka's Facebook?
Social media.
Instagram?
Some form of social media.
No, it doesn't say which one. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Okay. Lisa says no, the SWAT team shot Brent.
So
thank you.
They went to.
And then Brian, when cops pulled, when law enforcement pulled Bryan and his dad over, remember Bryan's dad was telling the police officer they were following the roadside stop. He was telling the police officer about the incident. Do you remember that?
Okay. Yeah, I remember. Well, I remember him telling him about an incident. So that was the incident?
That's it. That was the incident.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't pay much attention to any of that stuff, to be honest. I guess it's like a very big blur to me. Like 2%. I recall of it. I remember him sitting in the car saying about an incident, but I didn't really pay too much attention to what he was actually saying, like the dad.
Right.
Besides, all I was thinking was, dude, your kid's looking at you like, shut the hell up.
He was looking at him. Right.
Well, sorry, my bad. I was like, Brian's dad told cops they were in the roadside stop. Brian was the driver. Brett was the ninth man.
Lizette Gwynn says Brent did it in response.
I just know what comes.
Say what?
Go ahead.
Lizette said, maybe this is something
go ahead.
else
What
we
were you
didn't
reading?
know. Lizette said Brent did it in response to a picture that Kohberger put on his social media. I'm going to have to go back and watch the Crime Circus video again. I think there's something weird there.
When did he post it?
Before.
When did he post
Brent
it?
Kopacka before he posted this. Brent posted it in response to something.
A Crime Circus, I mean.
Kohberger responded. Huh?
Sorry, I was referring to the Crime Circus video.
Oh.
Sonny, are you lagging a little bit?
Did the crime? So, Deb's answering me back fast. Well, she was.
What? We're not hearing you. You're lagging or something.
Am I lagging, you guys?
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's not bad. It's not much.
Before we went live.
Right. It's not much. It's just enough that it sounds disjointed.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay, so now that she's gone.
It worked. Good plan, Aspen. No, she was lagging a little bit. Like a weird, break. Like I was hearing half of a word.
Is it better?
No, we're not. I don't know. Talk.
A little bit. It's not.
Lips moved.
Yeah.
And
it looks like you're making a weird face. Looks like she's going.
Yeah, your lips are happening.
We're not messing with
I need to
you,
talk to my husband because this is irritating.
I know.
I know you're not messing with me.
I mean, some people like to mess with people about that kind of thing. I'm not saying
I seen that I was laggy last night too.
Sonny, if you talk, I'll answer you immediately.
1 sec. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Adam.
Yes.
Now it's lag. Okay, 1 second.
It's so frustrating. I feel bad.
I know. Well, I know all about that.
Well, and you feel helpless in a moment like that, But I mean, she's got 2 people in her house right now that they're also streaming. So, I mean, that's a lot of bandwidth going through their Wi-Fi.
It makes a big deal because I can remember the 3 of us being on and Ty was working and Sam would be in the basement playing video games and it would just cut off. It just make a big difference.
CD, we're always here for your enjoyment.
Yeah. We
now
love CD.
Order us all tacos, CD.
Oh my word. So yeah, those pictures are really bizarre and the timing of all of it is bizarre. And it may not be anything, it may be just, postings of a madman, but
or it could be anything.
It's weird.
Right. You have to say off topic, but since I don't have cable, so I stream at home, and I can't watch News Nation, so I have to wait for the YouTube clips to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But since I've been at my parents' house last weekend, they have News Nation on there because they have cable still.
Yeah, we have it
And
too.
it was like 24 hours a day. I was like, News Nation, News Nation.
I know.
I
don't. It's
I was
funny.
like, okay, Ashley Banfield, what are we doing?
We have the TV on all the time, but I could not tell you what's on it. I pay
Right.
absolutely no attention to 85% of it. But if it's a story like News Nation or something, or Delphi, I'll like zoom in just like that.
Right.
And it's really funny, like this is off the subject too. When my kids growing up, the TV was on all the time. Neither one of my kids, they could care less about TV. Neither one of them watches TV or
Really?
pays much attention to it. My neighbor across the street restricted her kids' viewing, and they are zombies in front of the TV. They sit in front of the TV
Really?
like they're zombies. Yeah.
Lizette says Inside Looking posted a pic of the eye and nose that looks like Koberger's. Brent, so is that the social media you're saying it's from? Is that from Inside Looking? Because I know I did a video about that. I think you did as well, didn't you? When Inside Looking came out?
Yeah, I
that
did.
Was the Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
So
Reddit
read that
user.
again. What she said. She said Inside Looking posted a picture of an eye and nose that looks like Koberger's, but Brent Kopacka allegedly posted in response. Gotcha. Well, Brent Kopacka, I don't believe the story that Koberger told that he was there and went inside. First of all, the Brent guy did not have bushy eyebrows. That's the first thing I picked out.
No,
I think that he's using him as an excuse, but he may have figured some things out,
Right.
especially if he was with him when he purchased that knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is a big old nothing burger, but I've been wrong before, so I'll eat my words if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and it could be, but I found it very interesting. The picture's interesting. The timing of how he was unalived is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it would all depend on when that picture was posted. I mean, look at how many Emily Ann 45 profiles were created after the Kegan Klein interrogation came out.
Right, it's true.
Look at how many Brian Koberger Instagram profiles were created after his name was released.
And look at how many profiles, apps, etc. there are with Anthony Shots. That picture.
Yeah.
I mean, it is everywhere. Every scammer, catfisher in the world has used that Anthony Shots picture.
Absolutely. CD. Oh, your chicken got destroyed? Hey, CD, guess what I got? Yeah?
Hey.
Okay.
Do you ever watch the movie Mean Girls, where the one tries to make fetch happen? The dolphin's not going to happen. I'm just kidding. I had to say that.
That was just for CD.
I'm still lagging.
Are you still lagging, Sonny?
No, stop. Stop lagging. Why are you lagging? What's happening?
Sonny, walk out into the living room and rip the cord out of Ryan's computer.
And take us with you when you do it. I want to
It's
see
starting
it.
to tick me off because it's only been in the last little while, so and it's I reboot, so that usually would normally have cleared it, but it's not pulling it. My husband says that the dongle thing up there is in the best spot. It's facing right at the router. I don't know what's going on lately with the lag. It's driving me bonkers. Right now, I just want to put my fist through this computer, even though that's not really the issue. That's a me issue. Because I'm sick and tired of rebooting when I don't normally have to. No, I literally have 5 tabs open, nothing. I don't know what it is.
That's really good for you.
I mean, you answered me. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Deb?
What? What?
Mm. Yeah.
Like, why is she saying my name?
Well, I think she was trying to see if you'd answer so she could see how bad the lag was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm following.
I know,
now.
right? I know, CD. I picked up on immediately. I was like, the dong is in the right place. Oh. So I got a notification. I will say I only have my notifications on for 2 people, and one of them is Deb. And so I got a notification you put out a TikTok. Was that your was that about the Tony Kline thing?
It was.
Wow.
Right. Yep. I did a short. I did a video about the Tony Kline thing, and then I did a short about it, and then I did a YouTube. I mean,
Okay.
TikTok. And I might have done another one. I just went crazy. I could see again, so definitely. So anything else on the Idaho case that's new that we haven't talked about?
CD said I drank too many beers. This is getting good to me. Cheers. I haven't had any. I mean, I'm still fascinated by that list. I know some people weren't as interested in that list of things that they but it was written in like the perfect amount of vague information that I want to just be like, because I mean anything that gives interest to things are the things they left details off of, like even that a man drawing, or a man drawing, whatever it says, or the book on page 118 or knife.
Right, and you think, why were they vague? Was it just law enforcement that was lazy,
right?
Or was it purposefully? Because we've seen in the Kegan Klein case and the Richard Allen case, actually, we've seen them want to not reveal information and be vague.
Right. Speaking of Indiana, Deb, I watched. Do you have Apple TV?
No, my daughter does.
So I watched it was really, really good. It was 6 episodes, and it was based on true events, but it was serialized, called Blackbird, and it was about an SK named Larry Hall.
That's why for that.
And one of the victims that it focused on, her name was Jessica Roach, in like 1994, I think in Wabash, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really interesting to watch the show, even though part of it was fictionalized. It was dealing with all of these towns that we talk about all the time in Delphi because of Delphi, because it was all of these like Wabash. I can't remember the other names of the towns in there, but there were so many counties and towns that they like focused on. That was like, I know exactly what they're talking about.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been
there. Oh, Apple TV Plus. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it was but I really enjoyed it. It was the main character was the guy that played Elton John in Rocket Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was very good. And the other lead in it reminded me a lot, kind of like a Kegan Klein in a way.
Really? Was it produced by Apple TV, or who was the producer?
It was I don't know who produced it, but it was on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
It was only 6 episodes long, but I thought it was excellent.
And it's called Blackbird?
Yeah, it's called Blackbird.
I have to look it up.
And it's like I said, it's based on a true story. And I was unfamiliar with the name Larry Hall, but I guess he was an SK.
Mm-hmm.
Who I think ended up admitting to was like 18 unalivings and then recanted them all, or 12 maybe, I can't remember.
Wow.
But just geographically, it was interesting to after having spent so much time looking at northern central Indiana, and then to hear some of these areas talked about. I was like, and like I said, this film took place in the 90s. Apple TV produced it. Okay, thanks, CD.
Right, Daisy. So I know a little bit about Nicola Bulley, but that's not one I really dove into. Um, a lot of that happened when I started having problems with my eyes, so I kind of laid off that.
Yeah.
And then it's so sad about the Mexico situation.
Oh, I know.
I have a friend who is somewhere in Mexico because he decided he wanted to learn
Good night, Piper.
Spanish. So he'd been working on learning Spanish, and he decided he wanted to immerse himself in the culture and so he went over there for 2 weeks, and I'm hoping he's back. I don't think it's a safe place to be right now.
Yeah.
And there are too many other beautiful places in the world you could go that are safe or safer.
Well, we just had a girl from Charlotte here that was unalived to Mexico as well. And then these four tourists were from South Carolina. So I found that interesting. And that girl that was unalived that was from Charlotte, North Carolina, I think they're having a mess trying to figure that out because of the whole jurisdiction issue, and like, because the people that are suspected of unaliving her are also American from Charlotte, but they were there on vacation. I remember they said the girl passed away from alcohol poisoning, but she had a broken neck.
Oh my word!
And her name's escaping.
Did they get her body back returned to the family?
They did, but like the details are really sketchy. And there's been a whole bunch of like national calls up for to look into the case more, but
yeah,
it's something you don't think about when you think, oh, I'm going to go vacation. Look, thousands of college students are all getting ready to embark on those places for spring break.
Yes, they are.
And I always think back to like Natalie Holloway in Aruba, and you don't ever think that something bad's ever going to happen when you go on a trip like that. But you really do have to think about it when you're in a different country or a different locale, as far as
Yeah. That was one of the first cases that I really dove into, was Natalie Holloway's case.
Right. And it's where I started watching Nancy Grace every night.
Yeah.
With that case.
Yeah, I watched her every night too. I read books. I read the book her father wrote.
Yeah.
That was just unbelievable. That and the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah, they filmed it.
Did we lose Sonny totally? So what are you going to dig into next? What are you guys looking at?
Kathy, thank you. Her name is Shanika Robinson.
Shanika
I believe you're right.
Robinson. Right.
Shanika. Well, we're looking. Of course, we're always Delphi, clearly.
Yeah.
Idaho, and then keeping up on different cases that we're looking at. And then Ray Hanish now. Back in with Ray Hanish. Mm-hmm. But we haven't really talked about any brand new cases or anything lately.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of backtracking. I'm gonna go looking deeper into Flora. I think that the little girls from the Flora fire really deserve for all of our creators to take a really strong look at that and see what we can't pull out and what we can't help with. It's just, I was looking at pictures of them when they were babies, and as you know, my granddaughter is Black. My daughter and son-in-law adopted her at 5. I've had her since 5 days. She's so precious. She's my girl. Actually, this room, when they moved back here, she stayed in this room. So now she comes in and says, "This is my room." And she sits here at this desk and writes, and I say, "Oh no, don't bother that." It's just like, it's mine. This is my room.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, she's not. But so I feel like I just really want to dig into that and see if I can find out anything, and at least bring light and awareness back to that case and put pressure on, law enforcement to move ahead.
It's a complicated case for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just cannot, it is just so unbelievable what happened there.
Right. Oh yeah, CD says, Deb, very true. I have some docs on Flora if you want. We can talk in DM case reports.
Great, yeah.
Jess says, where is this case, Deb?
That case is in Flora, Indiana, which is not far from Delphi.
Right.
And a lot of the same firemen, policemen.
Is it like 10 miles?
I'm sorry, what?
Like 10 miles?
Probably. A lot of the policemen and firemen that were involved in, the Flora fires, rushing in, etc., also were helped to search for the Delphi girls. And the Flora fires happened
November.
Before. Right.
Yeah,
it happened.
Was it November 13th?
I think so.
Or November 16th. It was either November 13th or November 16th.
I have to pull it up.
Of 2016.
Yeah. So that happened before Abby.
Yeah, I don't have my bracelets with me tonight.
Right. And the interesting tie-in that everyone goes back to is the fact that allegedly Becky and her company had done an appraisal on the house. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Beforehand. But you have to remember that it's a small area, and they were probably the only appraisal company in that area, and they probably did almost all of the appraisals.
Absolutely.
So it would totally be a coincidence. So yeah, there were 4 beautiful little girls, and they were into cheerleading and music, and they just, watch videos and look at their pictures, and they're just so beautiful, so full of life.
Full of life.
Yeah. And, the mom, everyone in the neighborhood said the mom was a good mom, and she took great care of them.
It was November 21st, 2016. I apologize.
November 21st. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to be looking into. And of course, always Delphi and always Ray Hanisch. So at some point I will probably do a video on, the one cousin who was unalived here in Indiana and still unsolved that I have. But I want to wait and get the family's permission and get more information from them. So I'll probably do something on that as well. What was it? Earlier, Sunny was talking about something. Oh, I know. She was talking about the fact that the young man in the Murdaugh case, that his, was it his brother? Yeah, it was his brother that was a police officer and a witness in the case.
Yeah.
And if that was strange or not. And honestly, when my neighbor was SA'd
right.
a long time ago, and I, a year later, woke up and saw that person in her backyard in the middle of the night and called law enforcement, and they came and arrested him. This is really interesting. The prosecutor, key witness, I was key witness, and one of the jurors were all from my neighborhood, which I thought was really odd too. So I think things like that can happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that is better.
Kick
him off?
Some updates the husband did.
Did you go kick him offline?
Well, if I whine enough, I get my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is everyone okay at your house? Okay.
We'll be covering Sunny's case next week.
Yeah.
Like there was a 4-minute time period of time that she was not on the live.
You don't know where she went.
I'm good. It's just that it's frustrating because normally I have a really good computer. And so my husband, he quickly put in CC cleaner and, you know, he put in CC cleaner and quickly got rid of some garbage files, thinking that maybe that's clogging it up. And then there was an update to the Wi-Fi adapter. So who knows? Who knows? All I know is.
Did you read Tony's comment?
Yeah.
I see it.
The last thing we heard, Sonny, before you went away was you said, Steve.
You hired what?
Like Paul Murdoch, you said, Steve.
Well, there's nothing worse when I'm sitting there going, and he's like, I go like, honey, can you come help me? And he's like, I can't is what he says. I can't. I'm in the game. I can't. I'm in the game. And I'm like, can you get off? Yeah. Well, when you're done, can you come help me? Because, and then he gave me some attitude. He gave me a little bit of attitude when I said, what did I say? I said, well, maybe you just need to move the dongle around. I said, because when the dongle, and he's like, and then, so I'm telling him like,
tell us about that dongle.
Yeah, the dongle around. And then he's like, don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, well, I'm telling you that the dongle's doing something wrong or something. Something's happening. So anyway.
It was at that time that Steve lost his dongle.
Yeah. And so he quickly did. So I had already rebooted, and I was just about to come back on, and then that's when he walked in, and then he started doing a few updates. I'm so useless when it comes to that stuff. You know, like update a computer. What do you mean? I normally leave my computer running for a month on end before rebooting the sucker. Well, that's not true. Sometimes my husband gets mad and sees that it's not been updated, and then he goes, well, that's what your issue is. And I'm like, oh, well, where do I see this update? Every single time I say the same thing. Where am I supposed to get this update? Anyways, okay. So you guys are obviously talking about something. I'm always good.
Yeah.
Even if I'm good.
Yeah. I was just saying that when you were talking earlier about you know how the juror on the Murdaugh case was a brother of a witness and police officer, and I said in a case that I was a witness to, the prosecutor, the victim, obviously, key witness, which was me, and one of the jurors were all from my neighborhood.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
okay. I was really worried about that, you know. I was worried that was going to be an issue, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say, sorry for the lag and delay there. I didn't really realize I was lagging until Adam said it. And it's funny how the lag goes fine, and then all of a sudden I'm lagging. I know when I was watching a little bit, I don't usually watch lives back, but I was watching a little bit yesterday to see if I was lagging, and I was like, oh, great. That live is like a lot of me, you know, it's nothing worse than sitting there and your face is like freezes and it starts again, then it freezes. And
it got better towards the end. I was watching you this morning because I was asleep last night, and when I was watching it, I noticed it got better as it progressed through the through the live.
Okay, you know, there's still, because I want to talk about that. Well, you know, maybe I should just play my own darn video, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So this one.
Tony, I doubt that. I'm gonna say of all the possibilities, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Let's see here. What did he say?
Koberger will be exonerated and become a driving instructor. It took him how many times to try to park?
Which one?
Yeah, I love the simulation that the van life person or whatever did.
Oh, that was very good, wasn't it?
That was so good. It really helped you visualize where they were, what was going on.
But the Murdoch one was even better. I agree with everyone in the chat when we played them the other night.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
You know what? She's gained about 4,000 subscribers.
Good.
Literally.
Good.
Yeah, good for them. Like, I know it's a team that's like Asgat and them. And actually, she had just posted an edit for both of them.
Yeah. We played them both on the members only live on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I played the Idaho one on here as well, the one where they're driving the car. You know, I think with fan life, you know, as long as you're given like the shout out for, you know, that
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she has any problem for people using them, but you just, you know, give them the proper shout out
Right.
that they deserve.
And it really is a benefit. I mean, look at that. She's gained 4,000 viewers because
Yeah.
people played her video from other YouTube channels and gave her a shout out.
Yeah. Well, that's
That
kind
brought
of,
my link.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was explaining to, you know, Curtis Media. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I like, so I don't think he's used to it, but he's like, I got a thing from YouTube for, and then I can copyright strike you, or edit or remove it. Now people always don't want to put their, you know, insert their noses into things, but anyways, so I've been talking to him on Messenger, and so, you know, as long as I like, to me, it's like I said, you're only benefiting yourself when other people are seeing your stuff. So meaning,
Yeah.
when I originally saw it, I was just thinking, you know, like, well, here, let me, you know, not record it all. I didn't play it all. I played like, I think about maybe 10 minutes of the actual clip.
Right.
And it was about a half an hour long or so, maybe a little
Mhm.
longer. And so, you know, so then it's kind of like, hey, well, I'm going to kind of put a few things in my voice. Like, if I took my voice out a little bit, you know, it was probably more like 9 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever. But anyways, so I think I was trying to get him to understand, like, you know, yeah, like for instance, the armchair detective guy, like he literally played the guy's whole clip the whole way through, all half an hour of it and stuff like that. Okay, that would be a bit of a piss off, because if you're playing parts of it and then you're dropping their link and giving them a shout out, that usually intrigues people to go over to that channel. And
Mhm.
so I was trying to explain that to Curtis a little bit today, like, meaning I don't mind that people use stuff from our lives, but when you use it in a vicious way, and
Right.
you're like a certain person like Groz, where you cut clips out and then you would try, you know, when people try to portray it in a different way or a different manner, and
Mhm.
they've edited it so that it looks a certain way, uh, that's a whole different ball of wax, you know. But
Right.
when people use it in a good way, I don't have a problem with people doing that, because obviously the more people are aware of your channel, good or bad, to be honest with you, um, that it brings more subscribers and more people over.
Right.
So it's a good thing to let channels use bits of your clip, especially if you, as long as you're giving them the shout out and dropping their link in your description and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Well,
That's only a benefit to the
right.
other creator.
Right. And I mean, I'm a perfect example. You did that, and so I went over and subscribed to his channel.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about him before. If it
Yeah.
hadn't been for you.
Well, that's just it. And so, and just like this channel's reaping some benefits off of his video. I mean, I didn't think about any of subscribers or even how many views anything was going to get. It was just more of it. It made me laugh because I didn't even know that was the first time Penny had even spoke, or that was anyone talked to her. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
I just found it kind of funny, and like what they were doing, and I was kind of, kind of PO'd about the cop who was basically using the bullying tactic. I mean, he was a nice enough cop, but I'm sorry, people are in charge of their own actions. If you were in court, do you honestly think a judge is going to say, well, because these people were mad at you, we're going to charge you, Curtis, because you weren't doing anything illegal? No,
Mhm.
it's people that get themselves, like that boy, the grandson. He's the one that was swearing and cursing and whatever. All he had to do was just walk away and ignore it, because we knew
Right.
what's going to happen. I mean, so as much as they want it to go away, you either got a couple of choices, but those choices are yours. So you can be an instigator, or you can just walk away, shut the door, ignore it, knowing that it's there and it will go away. Um, Go away, Gus. But anyways, there's nobody in charge of what you do besides yourself. So that boy reacting the way he did, he's just reacting like a typical mouthy, person that's pissed off, maybe, but the language he was using, of course, shows that he's not this classy young lad either. Because all the words that he was speaking. But regardless, Curtis Media, he wasn't doing anything wrong. You were allowed to walk on that property. They even clearly said that in the video of his. Like the cop was too, because it's a caravan place. So if you're going to go visit somebody, meaning people have access to walk through and go on the land. Now, if the owner tells you to get off because you have no business being there, in a sense or whatever, okay, so they left. It's not like they did it. So in that particular video, like there was nothing wrong that he had done. But I hate it when Popo bullies people, and is like, well, I mean, we could do this, and I could arrest you for disturbing the peace. Oh, really? Hi, Shelly. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly.
Oh, that's random.
Shelly Super Chat, $5. Thank you. The most terrifying thing in life is when you go to someone's house and you can't get their toilet to flush.
That's because you did a big number too, Shelly, is what happened there. Thank you for the $5. No, what's more terrifying is, well, when you do it and then the water starts coming up because something blocked the toilet, whether it was you or it was already kind of blocked before, and then you're just like, no, don't overflow.
The worst thing is like when you wait in line, like in the airplane, and like you finally go in and like someone's been in there before you, and you're like, oh, and then you're only in there for a minute, and so then you come out, and then there's a line, and then you're like, that wasn't me.
Yeah, right. I'm always like, poor soppy person that got to deal with that one after me. We're gonna watch, just for the sake of it, we're gonna watch part 2. It's the funner version. Okay. Did you watch part 2? Did you even watch any of the Caravan Nicola thing or no? I know Adam didn't. He doesn't know.
I saw the original.
I haven't seen part 2.
Well, it's got really one in there, but okay, you guys just
howdy, let's
you
get
guys all
rowdy.
just shut up and watch it. What did you say? Yeah. Well, this one
Howdy, let's get rowdy.
this one was me. You guys can watch it just for a little bit of a giggle to go with it too. I'll make it bigger. Hold on.
I worked hard in this video.
Yeah, I know. Adam worked so hard. He was just like, oh, and I was like, I insist that you take a break, Adam.
I was like, here you go, Sonny. Gotta go.
Penny, if you're ever watching this, do you like dogs, Penny? Okay, one sec.
It's open.
Okay, so Curtis and his friend, they come across this older gentleman who you can tell absolutely does not like Penny. In fact, he's trying to sell his caravan and even offers to them to buy his caravan. Now, they were talking about the Nicola Bulley story, and he was asking him if, he was around when it happened. And he was saying that he just simply didn't believe that she fell in this little bit of water. Anyways, you can watch that full episode on Curtis Media. But of course, you can tell that both of them are kind of like looking around going, when's Penny coming out? When is Bullhorn Penny coming out? Well, here she comes.
Let me come and talk to you. No, we don't do TikTok. No, we actually, technically, we do journalism. Technically,
You're the barber job, aren't you?
I'm the barber. Yes.
Yes, thought you were.
Did you read the media? Did you?
Yeah. Go on, off you go. Off you go.
We actually came on just to look around how big it is. That's what it was.
What do you think you're doing?
Because it was open, we walked in, and
Okay, well, that part did make me laugh. Well, because it was open, so we just walked on in.
this gentleman here said a lovely lady owns it.
Okay, that's pretty much the same tactic I would use. So the gentleman said that this beautiful, sweet, nice lady named Penny owned it.
If she's here, she'll
Go
talk
on,
to
off
you.
you go. Off you go. Go on, both of you.
So you got no words to say, no?
No, nothing
No,
to say
no.
about anything. No, I suppose he had.
No, he
Yeah,
just said he's selling his caravan.
Come on, off you go.
We are going, don't worry. We're going, don't worry. Look, you see how it's open. That's why we walked in, and we thought you'd come out initially, but we didn't see you. So yeah. Anyway, you do realise what the media write is not always accurate, right?
Everyone lies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
Go on.
Do you have anything to say about Nicola Bulley?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Go on, nothing at all.
What about the dogs? Do you like dogs?
Go on, off you go.
I don't feel like we got an answer there. Penny, do you like dogs? Feel free to answer.
Okay.
Okay, so this part really does make me laugh because she realizes she's being recorded and says, "Bugger off." And then she's like, basically, "Come here, come back over here with me." And obediently, he actually does. Do kind of some of you wish that Penny kind of looked like this? Is this what you're picturing?
She's telling him off, look.
Bugger off.
So guys, Penny has called the police. I think she needs to be careful calling the police. They might start digging around. Who are you?
Okay, you guys. So I think in this part of the video, we're actually supposed to play a game with the grandson. I'm pretty sure this game is called Hangman, and that we're actually supposed to figure out the words that he's trying to say and communicate to us. So let's get into it. Okay, cheers if you got 100%. Okay, so I want to take this one step further, and I wanted to ask my husband, especially about the C word, because I always notice that the C word is used a lot whenever I've talked to anyone British, and my husband is British, and my brother-in-law lives here, and he's British too. So we're going to go and listen to my husband for a sec and get his input on exactly the use of this word. And here's what he said. Husband, is the C word commonly used in England?
Yeah.
So I just want to know, is it a commonly used word?
Yeah, well, everything is. All them words are common. It's just how you talk, how we talk.
Yeah, but it's the C word.
Yes, how many more times? Why? Why is it so special about that word anyway?
Because to me, that's the C word is a word that pretty much I hear all the time British people use. Every British person I've known uses that word a lot.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But what's so special? Why are you picking that one out? Because they use other ones a lot.
Well, because it's not a word that here that people like so much, but yet I find that you guys use it as like how we use the F-bomb more so. You guys seem to use the F or the C word.
Yeah, well, I don't see we use any word more than other. We just use all of them the same a lot.
No, but you guys do use the C word a lot.
We use all of them a lot.
Okay.
You're going to make me say it in a minute.
Okay. Bye.
Can do, yeah. Go on, you go first.
My first point is this, right? Just, I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've seen your YouTube channel.
Have you?
Yeah, I have seen your YouTube channel, and I get the purpose of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall I tell you what happened today?
Just listen to me for a minute, right? When
Go
it
on.
comes to the local residents,
Yeah.
okay, you could be more respectful of what you're doing. Okay, so for example,
Yep.
going on to the Caravan site,
Yep.
I understand that this is public access and that you could walk on there.
Wouldn't have to leave. Yeah, I get it.
But,
Yeah.
and she's asked you to leave.
Yeah,
But
we've left.
it isn't respectful, is it? Like,
But
it's
we
not a
haven't.
respectful thing.
We
to
haven't
do.
just walked on.
But that lad's actions is something that's just happened.
Well, no, he's angry, isn't he?
Hear me out,
He's angry.
But hear me out. Him being angry is reflected in other people being angry in the community.
Yeah.
And it's going to get to a point where if there's enough people who are reacting like that to you being here, I could lock you up
for what?
For breach of the peace. I genuinely.
But I'm not breaching the peace, am I?
No, but it'd be to prevent harm to you. So if people are acting like that towards you in the area and being so aggressive and swearing at you, and it's solely because you're here.
That's not normal behaviour either.
I know, but because you're antagonising people by getting in the face.
But I haven't.
Yeah, but you obviously have because he was antagonised. That's
Okay, at this part, you guys, my thing is this, is that he's not breaking any laws. And that was good enough. Because for that one was just personally about at the end there, is that's it was a longer conversation than that. But it was the fact that the Popova guy there, he kept saying, like, no, just listen to what I'm saying. And Curtis totally got what he was saying, but that wasn't the point. The point is that he was basically saying he went from, it's about being respectful, and if those people are triggered by you being here, then I could arrest you. Yet he's doing nothing wrong, and it's the people that are triggered that, do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. You're in charge of your own actions. Why he's doing everything legal, like meaning that he's not breaking any rules. So now you go to starting to make these little threats of, what was the other thing? It wasn't just about breaking the peace. It was about getting an order to have him so he can't come in the area. And the thing was, this is like I said. So is that a Curtis problem or is that the people problem? Because it's because again, it's your freedom of rights, freedom of speech, all these different things. If he's not breaking any rules, but yet he's kind of getting bullied to say, look, I can do this to you, and I could do this. And like when Curtis said, like, you're not the one. Miss Doglover, didn't she say she was going to bed about an hour or so?
Right. Hey, Sunny, did you check your messenger?
Yeah. Did you see what I sent you?
No.
Did you send something to Adam?
No, but Deb, do you have ambient lighting all of a sudden? I feel like your lighting changed.
Oh,
it does look
weird. Where did you get that from?
Oh, you know what? It's my iPad.
Who's the one that got that? Adam or Deb?
Me.
Got it.
Oh, Deb. I don't even know what she sent you.
You don't?
I'll send it to you, Aspen Adam.
Okay,
Aspen
then.
Adam.
Are you guys ready to thank Deb for something?
Do what?
Asking these people, you guys ready to thank Deb for something?
Look at the last
Deb,
one.
Hold on a second, Deb. I'm gonna do something to that first.
Not the last one. Look at the second to the last
Hold
one.
on. Whoops. Oh, I have to recover my projects.
Second to the last one is going to make Aspen fly here so fast.
Okay, hold on.
It's just circling.
Deb.
What?
Deb, do you want me to put your logo on it?
If you want to.
Okay, give me a second then. Give me a second, guys.
Who sent you that, Deb?
Yeah.
Do what?
Who sent you that one?
Deb, no, none of that wicked witch laugh.
Somebody who loves me.
Somebody who
loves me.
Apparently I don't. I didn't send it to you.
Were you able to open it, Aspen?
Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
see that under the letter S?
Oh, I saw. Who? So
People, don't go anywhere. You're going to want to know this.
but you know who's not on it?
Who?
The one. Well, unless it's juvenile 10.
Oh, I bet it is.
Well, that person's not a juvenile now, though.
I know, but they might still. I don't know. Wow. Where'd Sunny go? Oh, she's working on putting the logo on it. Oh, you were right about one of the under P and Q. We guessed when we were guessing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are not surprising to me at all.
Yeah. S is very surprising. People, I'm sorry, we're being very cryptic right now. As soon as Sunny gets that fixed or done, you will know what we know. Well, stay tuned. Some interesting news.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I don't know if they can handle this information. I don't know, Deb. I think that they can. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we. That's a treat. Okay, here it comes.
Drum roll. Like at the
I know. I'm still like
Chevy Chase house.
Yeah. It's a treat. It's the witness list.
The witness list.
It's the witness list.
Do you want me to read it? Okay.
Yeah.
Comes now the state of Indiana by Courtney Allwine, deputy prosecuting attorney, and submits the court to the following list of witness and exhibits. 1. Witness list. David R. Vito, Indiana State Police. Brian Booner, Indiana State Police. Christopher D. Cecil, Indiana State Police. Tracy Kunstick, Indiana State Police. Josh Muller, Indiana State Police. Jason Page, Indiana State Police. Brian Harshman, Indiana State Police. Jeremy Clinton, U.S. Marshal. Nicole Robertson, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Andrew D. Willman, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Tiffany Hostetler, Miami County Sheriff's Department. Tara L. Holloran, MD. Barbara McDonald, CNN HLN. We talked about that earlier. A representative from NCMEC, Juvenile number 10, Allie Conklin, Dirk Hayes, Jerry A. Kline, that's Tony, Vincent Kowalski. Vincent Kowalski is the young man. I'm sorry, what?
Hot cop.
Yeah. Vincent Kowalski is the young man that
Anthony Schatz.
was Anthony Schatz's picture, right?
Yeah.
From Alaska? Was he from Alaska?
Yes.
And T, any later discovered witnesses whose names will be provided to counsel for the defendant immediately upon discovery. 2. Exhibit list. 1. Any documents of evidence provided in discovery. 2. Any later discovery evidence which will be provided immediately to counsel for the defendant. Signed, Courtney Allwine, attorney, deputy prosecuting attorney.
So, Deb, was this list supposed to make it out to the public? Was it public knowledge? Like, was it something that you could request or no?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, we don't care.
A lovely person sent it to me.
Lovely person. Thank you. On there. Appreciate that. Okay, you guys. Yeah, so Vito. Yeah.
Vincent Kowalski is a surprise. That's a shocker.
Oh, what is it? Why?
Yeah. Well, he had nothing to do with the case other than they used his picture. Right.
But that's the whole reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's not a shocker to me, to be honest with you.
No, me either.
Really? I never.
It's juvenile 10. My girl.
Maybe.
She's not a juvenile anymore, though. But
I know, but maybe they refer to it
I know.
as it was back then.
Right. We're reaching back out to Dirk now.
Or is juvenile 10 one of the witnesses at the trail?
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's why I wanted to put your thing across it. You're the one that provided the watermark. If anyone wants to take it and you have the list, and that's just more, like I said.
Yeah.
Stuff like that to me, right? Like I said, it's yours. And if somebody else has it,
someone else just sent it to me too.
Yeah. So, if it gets around a different way, but
yeah, it must be out there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that it's supposed to be out there though.
Right. But yeah, I just got it from someone else though. So I'm like, it must be out there somehow.
Thank you for that. A nice,
You're welcome.
Nice little treat.
Yeah.
Well,
you're welcome.
So a lot of LE on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's not on there.
Including Deputy Clinton. Did you notice that?
Who?
If anyone that remembers the interrogation, they keep referring to Deputy Clinton, and people speculated that Deputy Clinton wasn't real because no one could find a Deputy Clinton. But here, we have a U.S. Marshal named Clinton.
Yeah.
Well, I had seen the Clinton name when I had looked for it.
I think that's why people couldn't find it, is they were looking at him as an Indiana State Police or Carroll County or Peru or somewhere, right? And not looking at him as
a U.S. Marshal.
A U.S. Marshal.
And so there was a U.S. Marshal present with Vito in the interrogation of Kegan Klein. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
So who do you think? Who are you surprised not to see on it, Deb?
Is that weird, CD? Sorry.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Let me think about this.
I was like, is that weird, CD? That that Vito would be interrogating him with a U.S. Marshal.
Okay, so while we're waiting on him to answer that, let me just say what I'm surprised at that the witnesses that gave his description and saw him at the trail are not listed.
That's Delphi.
Oh God, why do I keep doing that?
I know because it is so. Okay. You know who I'm surprised is not on there? Okay.
Wife Lilith.
Right? Wife Lilith? What the heck?
Where are you, honey? Huh.
That's a shocker.
I also am surprised that who was the young man that lived with Dirk and Kegan for a while in Las Vegas? Was that Dirk's?
You mean Dirk's his ex-wife's brother?
Yeah.
Also, Ski Mask Girl's boyfriend?
Yeah. He's not on the list.
I can't remember his name anymore. I'm amazed that Satasha Partial isn't on the list either. That's the one that came to the apartment in Vegas and that many times, and she lives,
Mm-hmm.
Because Kegan talked about her a lot in the interview. But Dirk Hayes, I mean, yep. It would be, to me, that was just obvious that guy would have to be on the witness list.
You know who's not on the witness list? Travis Trexler.
Nope.
But rumor is
Either
that
it's his grandmother.
Yeah.
Rumor is what?
Nothing.
You can't tease us like that.
Yeah. Barbara McDonald was a given.
There's a rumor going around. Anyone that's on like any of the sites can find, it's take it with a grain of salt that that there is a spotlight on Travis Trexler right now. With the Kegan Klein case, but like I said, I have nothing to validate that with, so I'm not. That's why I said nothing. But
Travis Trexler's like, nothing really good about that dude either.
Yeah.
What is the NCMEC?
Oh, I forget what that means.
Oh, National Center for Missing and Exploited Child.
Ah.
Okay, great.
So that would be the lady that was. No, that's Delphi.
No, she's local.
National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
But no, hold on a second. No, she is with Kegan Klein. Because
remember when Kegan said, "Oh, I really liked the lady I talked to."
Yeah.
But it's not the lady that everyone says, "Oh, she found the missing bullet and she found this and that." That's a child advocacy person.
Mm-hmm.
And she's local.
Yeah, Marshall.
I wonder I'm sure if we look these people up, we can find out what position they hold with the ISP. And I'm sure many people now are. But Nicole, I would assume that Nicole Robertson. Wait, why do I know that name? Is she with
Nicole? No, she's the reporter.
No, it says Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's her name.
Well, I know, but this says Nicole Robertson, Federal Bureau. I'm wondering if I'm thinking of the females here, trying to figure out which one interviewed Kegan Klein that he said he really liked. That was like a mother figure almost.
Oh.
Wasn't her name Nicole Robertson? Oh,
no, they never say her name.
No.
It was
yeah.
It was when he got taken in in February.
Yeah.
He talked to a female and he was like, she was really nice to me.
Deb, do you remember there was that reporter with the last name I thought was Robertson?
You're talking about the woman from WRTV, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Her name's something very similar to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And she has really good coverage on Delphi.
Tara L. Holleran, MD.
Psychologist or?
No, that would be a PhD.
Hold on, let me look her up. Tara Holleran. Okay.
I love that Vito's there too. So we have Vito and Clinton there.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, she's 45. Let's see what we got here. Tara Lee Holleran. Let's see what she is. Let's see if it brings it up. It says what she is.
MD.
It says Indiana University School of Medicine, child abuse pediatrician.
Yeah.
Medical doctor. So yeah, associate professor of clinical pediatrics.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Was there actual?
Maybe one of the
actual abuse of some sort?
Well, I mean, child abuse.
Could be an expert witness.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense there would be an expert witness.
Right. But read again what she's.
Sure. She says Indiana University of School of Medicine, child abuse pediatrician. She's a associate professor of clinical pediatrics, medical doctor. Doctor of Medicine, Indiana. Yeah.
What would she be an expert witness to?
Well,
I mean, any exploited children.
Yeah. Like, remember, from age 3 to.
No. This is a physical thing. I could buy that if it was a psychiatrist or a psychologist, because then you're dealing with emotional. This is a medical doctor.
But it says child abuse. But in her thing, it says child abuse.
I know, but she's a medical doctor, so her view on the child abuse would more than likely be physical.
But psychiatrists
Right?
are medical doctors.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Psychiatrists are medical doctors.
I'm going to have my husband look her up and find out if she's a psychiatrist, or it says she's an MD.
But psychiatrists are MDs. Psychologists are not.
I know, but they're not usually listed like that.
Right.
A psychiatrist is a medical doctor with psychology background. A psychologist is someone who's gone more in depth, and a psychiatrist can prescribe medications, but it's usually not scripted like that. It's usually not written like that.
Well, I sent you her
I
phone,
really
Deb.
want to dig into that.
Yeah.
How do you spell her last name? Holleran.
HOLLORAN.
Oh, Holleran Winery. Where's that?
One second here.
Yeah, she might be just a psychiatrist.
Did you pull her up on Google there, Adam?
I'm looking her
But
up.
it's just weird that it's the way it's written, pediatrician.
Yeah. I mean, all the other ones at the bottom we know. We know who Vincent is, Jerry is, Derek, Allie, Conklin. Juvenile 10 we obviously don't know. Barbara McDonald, Tara Holleran, we just figured it out.
She's at Riley. My husband used to work there, so maybe he knows her. I'll find out. Yeah, no, it's just School of Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll ask my husband. He knows if she's in psychology or she does anything like that. He'll know who she is.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Adam? Someone sent it to you. You said as well, yeah.
Yeah.
The same person that sent it to Deb. I wonder.
Oh, I don't know who sent it to Deb.
Oh.
What's an FAAP?
FAAP.
Because she's an MD FAAP.
Medical doctor.
Okay. Dr. Harris attended.
It's a functional affirmative action program. Is that no? That's
It says Dr. Harris attended the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign for her undergraduate education, followed by Indiana University School of Medicine, where she earned her medical degree and master's degree in clinical research.
It's fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Okay. She completed a residency in pediatrics and a fellowship in child abuse pediatrics at Riley Hospital for Children. She has served the American Academy of Pediatrics as the resident liaison to the section on child abuse and neglect and as co-editor of their newsletter on child abuse-related issues. Dr. Harris's research interests are in education on child abuse identification and prevention and the overlap of child abuse with the companion animal abuse. She also educates regarding dog bite prevention. She holds several titles.
Okay.
And that was from
makes more sense.
Yeah. I'm still leaning on expert witness.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But I definitely an expert witness. But in my opinion, what I wanted to know was on the psychological effects only, or was there something physical that happened? Right.
Should we call her?
Yeah, it's only 2:03 here in Indy. Let's wake her up.
You're right. We should call her.
And my guess is my husband will know exactly who she is and what she does.
Deb, what's your husband's name again?
You know what his name is.
I don't.
Hey, this is Mr. Deb Notebook.
That's it. That's it.
That was always fun. Sorry, I shouldn't say it was always funny, but the Crime and Shame channel or whatever her name. No, not Crime and Shame. It's a Crime with Linda. You know, it was for a while there. They would always say Mr. Steve, Mr. I think it was Mrs. Mrs. Steve. No. What did they call her?
What are you talking about?
Well, my point being was, is that, you know, when you're watching a channel and then their husband is, or wife, but in this case, husband, and they would call him Mr. Steve, or something like that. And next thing you know, they end up divorced. And she was going through a really rough time not too long ago. And it's kind of like, so that's what I was thinking of when you guys were talking about that. I was just like, oh, that's going through my head right now is the husband and wife duo, and you know how everything seems on the computer land, but yet obviously it wasn't. But it was just one of those things is that, you know, portraying wise, it was always like, oh, you know, have your husband come on. And the next thing you know, they ended up.
Aw.
Yeah.
What was that on?
Huh?
What was that on?
It's a crime with Linda. You know, with Linda. And I was just kind of like, oh, but the portrayal of it, you know, like it says 1 minute, it's kind of like, you know, everyone was like, you know, have Mr. Steve come on, or whatever it was, and they would call him like, yeah, I think it was. I'm having a blonde moment here, and I don't even have blonde hair. Sorry, Deb. Can I borrow your hair for a moment? But anyways, it's one of those things that, you know, next thing I know, Linda had kind of come back after only making some videos, and then she had discussed, you know, a little bit about it on one of her lives to let people know kind of what had happened. And it was just kind of, and I'm thinking, all that's going through my head is, you know how reality shows ruin marriages? And I'm thinking to myself, are computers and true crime ruining marriages too? But anyways, so yeah.
I mean, if Kegan and wife Lilith can't make it,
I'm so disappointed that wife Lilith isn't on this list. Are we sure? Is she juvenile number 10? Juvenile 10? Perhaps.
Probably. She'll probably claim that's her. She'll probably claim that's her daughter.
Yeah, right.
I mean, can we say we called it here when that's her child?
Yeah,
Which if it is, that's horrible, and my heart goes out to her.
Yeah, I think the games that she plays is enough, and the lies that she tells. You know, even Rick Snee, that one still made me laugh. Ripped her a new little butt cheek there for sure. But so, well.
Oh yeah, I can guarantee you that because she works with Child Protective Services, I can guarantee you, Ty, my husband knows her.
Yeah.
Steph just sent me some information.
Oh, Steph is still here? I thought she was sleeping.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Is that Stepha? No, that's Stephanie.
Oh, okay. Stephanie.
Yeah.
As in Stephanie Roberts?
Robertson.
It kills me that those two names are so similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So thank you for this, and Debbie, what you're no, I'm not gonna say that right now.
Yeah, what?
No. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna not say it because I'll say it after.
Okay.
Yeah. I put it in your messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that I looked at mine. I'm like, oh.
No, Adam, you weren't lucky enough. No. So I know we didn't get to talk about Nicola Bulley as much, but I do want to show you something really quick because my husband's going to be wanting to come to bed here. And I know I showed it the other night as well. No, I don't want to go into studio. No, my channel. Okay, it was It was this one. So I'm going to take that down now, guys. You guys had enough time to look at that. You guys, all those people can look at it. They probably took screenshots. Most of them. I would assuming most of you guys took screenshots. Is this one? Okay, let me just quickly go to it. There was this one right here. Hey, everyone. I'm not even gonna. I need to go to this part right here. Okay. So I'll play this again.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not true.
Is it not?
The dog was trying to get over that stile.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's listen to that one more time.
The general information is when the dog was found, it was running from the bench to the step.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not true.
Is it not?
The dog was trying to get over that stile.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now so do. So what do you think about that? A little bit, you guys. The gentleman's saying. So the general information is that the dog was running from the gate to the bench. He said that's not true. It was trying to get over that stile over there. And then and then after this, like this is the only clip that I did for this one. And then after this, he starts talking about how all these people with the orange vests on start, coming from the top of the field. And so to me, he was obviously there that day. Because the way he's talking right after this, which is in Curtis media video, you guys can go watch that one. And the description is in the link of yesterday's video, but I guess I could put it in this one as well. But what do you like? So it was said that the dog was going between the bench and thing, and like I said, he's speaking totally like he was there that day. He saw all these guys, like meaning whatever you want to call them in England there with red vests on, and coming from like the top of the field and stuff like that. And he's like saying, no, the dog wasn't doing that. Like it said, it was trying to get over that stile. Does it make you think a little differently versus the gate versus trying to get over that stile?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, so this video in particular, I think, hold on. So this video has over 9.3K views from a simple 1.5 minute video. And, which again, I wasn't expecting. I guess it was just kind of one of those things because to me, it's like, does that make a difference to someone,
Is that gate there that you're talking about? Is that in the direction of where they ended up finding her body past that?
Well, yeah. I mean, so at the end of the day, if you think about where the bench was, she was, let's see here.
So they found her phone and everything close to the bench around that area, but the dog kept going to where the gate was, and where they eventually found her body was further down that area, past the gate.
What was that? What's that thing called again? What's it called?
A stile?
No. The park that she was. What was the place called? Oh, thank you. The River Wire.
Yeah.
Weir.
River Weir.
I think it's.
I was wondering if she did decide to leave this world of her own thoughts, her own doing. Maybe she walked through that gate and then went on further down and did it further down, and maybe that's the dog saw her go through it, and that's why the dog was trying to get through there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the dog hit on it.
Yeah, I mean, this is my thing. Hold on, let me get into proper perspective here. This is the River Wire. I'm getting turned around a bit. Where is that field? Oh, it's right here, right? No, that's not the field. Why am I getting turned around here? This River Wire. Okay, wait. Where's the school? Why am I getting turned around?
Flip it.
Wait, it's right here, right? I'm north.
Down. Now go down.
No. Is this it? Why am I having... What? That's the river wire. I'm trying to find the dog park. Well, where's the caravan place? If I could find the caravan darn place. I don't know why I can't find it all of a sudden here. Hold on. What's it called? Something caravan farm. River wire. Wonder if I put in. I don't know why I'm having a problem finding it all of a sudden. Probably because my brain's tired. River wire caravan. Okay, is this it? No. I'm going to the wrong spot, right? No, that's not where I want to go. That's not where I want to go. Nice caravan place, though.
Okay,
Someone
what
died-
is a caravan? Is a caravan like what we call a trailer
It's
or a mobile home?
trailers.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a sec. Come on.
Just a fancy
River
word
wire.
for it.
Wire. I can't remember what Penny's thing's called. Like, is there anyone in chat that can help me out? Because I'm totally turned around all of a sudden. Anybody?
It's not there.
I'm at a loss here.
St. Michael's on the river wire.
Yeah.
St.
I know.
Michael's.
Oh, St. Michael's. But on the river wire.
W.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Hold on. Okay, so I was in the wrong place. Okay, that's why. Thank you so much. Okay, there we go. Now,
Is it wrong? I was having such a blonde moment. It just occurred to me that you were asking first. Like, I was like, why is it taking her so long? And I was like, oh, wait, she's asking.
Yeah, and maybe it did take me to the right caravan place when it took me over there. Maybe not. But anyways, Deb. So this is where the bench. The bench is right here. Yeah. So the stile is right here. Where the gate is. So, well, it must be. Yeah. Looks like the wood is right here. To the bench, and so right. So regardless if whatever happened, the dog. To me, I still feel like something happened. She fell in. She, like I said, whatever. I don't know. Hurt herself. And the dog was trying to follow her in the water. She started going this way. I don't know, because if that's true, which the guy said, again, her body was found, right over
Right down
here.
there.
Right in this section, actually.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. 3 weeks later. 3 weeks later. What do you think about that? 3 weeks later. And she wasn't even found by police. They were found by this what's his name? Something Dean Rothwell. It's on the top of my head. Anyways, Jason Dean Rothwell. And so being a medium tarot card reader, and so that's what made him go down, I guess, that area, and they probably were walking along it, because whatever took him there anyway. Bottom line is, they came across Nicola Bulley, and so 3 weeks. This is right. It's one of those things that most people can't, or as one of the theories, most people don't want to accept the fact that she just kind of fell in, like she got maybe tangled up in her dog collar thing, fell in, conked herself, and they simply just missed her. Other people believe that she was placed there after. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't believe she was placed there, and I don't think there was foul play. I think that my first opinion is that she did something to herself because of the morning that they had that was so drastically different than all the others, where she had breakfast made and everything was
Yeah,
organized and calm. It
right.
was like a final
Yeah.
memory she wanted to leave. And then my second opinion would be that, like you said, she slipped and fell in.
Yeah, I'm really torn on both of them because my initial thought was that she unalived herself. And the only thing
Mm-hmm.
that ever stopped me from believing that more so was the dog thing about like, why would she just leave her dog? It doesn't make sense. So that's why I kind of more have leaned towards the accident thing
Mm-hmm.
because of that, like, just because of the dog. Like, you think, like, I mean, like, she was shown to be this very loving, caring mother, you know, obviously loved her dog. And I just
Obviously,
think,
she left her children though too, right?
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, like this loving mother. So I don't know. I just, I
Maybe
don't,
that was the dog's favorite place, and she wanted to leave him.
yeah, but off of his leash is why do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because she
Yeah.
knows that lots of people go in and out. So why off of his leash? That's what always makes that thing to me go more towards accident versus what I originally was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like in my head, I kind of, if it was an accident, in my head, I keep picturing that she was on the phone, doing it, like, finishing up or whatever. She
Uh-huh.
put her phone down. Maybe she was playing with the dog or whatever. The leash was halfway between the bench and the water. And I just think to myself, maybe she was going to go put the leash on the dog and she got tripped up. And like I said, and just basically hit the wrong way or whatever it was. Who knows? Like, she's a strong swimmer, we were told. So she would have to have been like simply unconscious, hit
Yeah.
hit hard on the head and been unconscious. So, and then the dog was maybe perhaps trying to follow her because, she didn't just, she basically, he was trying to follow her way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I feel like they missed her, like that she was there, maybe in a different spot, but I feel like they missed her. Um, so that would be my thinking if I was to think it was an accident. But and then the other way, like we said, my husband has to go to bed here right soon. And
Aw.
because of the fact of, that the husband said things were a little bit different, like they were the same, but they were different. Everything was ready to go, da 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 da. Again, her phone is still in call mode or whatever you want to say. It's still in that call. So that's why I'm very torn because it always becomes about the dog being off of his leash, and I can't see why she would leave him off of the leash. But you
Well,
never know what
for one
people
thing,
do.
she might not have wanted, if she was going to do that, and she might think it might be several days before they might go to that location to look for her, maybe. I don't know. And maybe she let the dog off the leash because she didn't want him tied up if he wasn't found for a day or so, where he couldn't
Yeah,
get water or shelter. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what
It's
it
so
is, right?
weird.
The
Yeah.
autopsy. But it if by so the video was basically about considering what that old guy said. Does that change anyone's mind a little bit if instead of the gate that it was going to try to go over the stile? If that made a difference, because the dog would be able to go under the gate part, but I don't believe over the stile because the stile is more like the woods all like this type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to see that autopsy report. I personally don't believe she was placed in the water. That seems a little
Yeah.
bit
I don't either.
off the scope to me a bit, but I mean, they all have they definitely all have something about it, you know.
Right.
Like each of them have some like valid reasons for. I mean, yes, and the Caravan Park, they had shares or something in that or whatever it was, or
Yeah.
were part owners of it. So it could be something stinks, you know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you guys, my husband really needs to go to bed. It's 11:30 here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the only thing I did want to say, and then we didn't really get a touch on it too much, is just, you know, those 4 people that went over to the United States. One was to get a tummy tuck. It's closed off now, and one of them was harmed and another one was unharmed, but those 2 are safely now back in the U.S. So I suggest, if you don't know anything about it, just Google it. You'll find it. Such a tragedy. They literally had camera footage of them being taken.
Yeah.
You know, just horrific. So if anyone's thinking about traveling to the Mexico, they're saying to you, don't travel. That it's not safe. Doesn't even matter if you're at a beach or a resort. Do not travel. It's not safe. Okay. So I'm just putting that out to you because that's what they're saying. You know, and you know, just a very tragic thing. You know what? There's something that's 2 minutes long. I'm quickly gonna play it because Aunt Clara had sent it to me, and then we'll get going. It was it's about what Deb was showing us earlier. I'll make it bigger. It was the TikTok.
Eyeball. I'm going to mess with the opacity, which means it's going to go from less transparent to full-blown image on top of his eyeball and back down, and I'm going to mess with the slider and show you different variations of what may or may not be the reflection in Brent Kopacka's eye. I'm going to put an arrow on the screen to help direct you to the things I'm talking about as I'm talking about them. In the back corner of this image, we can see the crime scene house. It seems to be a really close match. It may or may not be, but it seems to match quite well. To the right-hand side of this image, we see a blue apartment building. In the reflection of his eye, it's way more blue. But it is blue. In the upper left-hand corner of his reflection, we see something. It seems to be squarish or rectangular. Also, in that exact same location, we see an apartment building on Queen Road. Also, what can be seen approximately in the center of the reflection, as well in the center of the overlay, is Queen Road. Is the reflection in Brent Kopacka's eyeball this scene, this location? I don't know. I also see 2 or 3 other things within this picture that really raises question. In fact, it raises so many questions, it does make me wonder if this photo was photoshopped. And if that were the case, that would mean Brent Kopacka photoshopped this image of his own eyeball before loading it up to Facebook. A large percentage of you out there saw the reflection of Murphy in his eyeball. I gotta say, I saw it too. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But I'm not gonna be the one to make you see it. I'm not gonna do an overlay on Murphy because he's a survivor too, and he doesn't deserve to have his overlay put on top of Brent Kopacka.
Okay, so that's what that was about, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that person, what's his name again? Korpag?
Crime Circus.
No.
Brent Kopacka.
Brent Kopacka. Okay. I'm gonna have to look him up. I just, it's a very vague, just a very vague thing. I never really paid attention to that part of it. I know that.
Right.
Yeah. Just didn't on there. But anyways, you guys, we're gonna head out of here for tonight. And thanks again, Deb, for sharing that list with us. You obviously beat Aspen to getting it. And you guys have a great night. Pardon?
I said absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great night, and thank you to, I can't think of it, who it was. Was it Jas Basin for? I can't think of the name now. For becoming a member today, and Shelly for $5 donation, and Miss Dog Lover as well for a $1.99 donation tonight. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night,
you, Deb.
guys.